A very warm welcome to everyone here this morning. How are we all today? I can see we've got ads in the chat. Good morning and welcome to you as well. We also have Abby in the chat this morning. Good morning and welcome to you as well, good sir. How is everyone doing today? Here we are. We've made it. We have come across the bridge towards a new and brighter tomorrow. Well, it's currently dark outside and it's 2 in the morning, but a new day has risen, a new dawn has begun. Nah, not really. Hey, it's the Mad Nasher. Whalecome, Mad Nasher, and welcome to Martin Yun. Yeah, stroke on stream. Here we go, we're joining the rowing club. Martin Young, welcome to you as well. And we have Dino. Welcome, Dino. I hope everyone's doing well. Apparently Dino is already doing well, so that is superb. This is the Euro morning stream, at least until things change with my employment situation. I'm not sure if we will have a video today, so it might just be the 2 live streams today. I don't think I have a meme in place, and on top of that, I have finished the script for Breaking the Wheel, which is the longer format video that I'm producing. Which will take a day or 2 to edit after it's recorded. I intend to record that either tonight or tomorrow. So that means that it will likely release time for that will be sometime between Friday and Sunday. It's the first bigger project I've worked on the channel. So I do want to get it right, and I want to make sure I have the artistic, the right artistic decision making in terms of what I put together to make sure that that all comes together in a way that is a satisfying video for everyone to do. I can't wait till I don't have the echo anymore. Like once the echo is gone from the room, that will be great. Does the echo go down whenever I'm this close to the microphone, or does it stay? Can we get the? You guys want the Twitch level stream with the sexy ASMR? Is that what you guys want? You want the echo to go down? Does this improve things? Or is there still the echo? No one knows. But thank you everyone for being here. It goes? Oh my god. We might have to have this horrid thing just stuck right in my face then the whole time, just like, hey you guys, do you wanna stick around here? Do you wanna get that sweet ASMR? Do you guys want the Twitch level experience? Era is here. Welcome, Era. Welcome to the Big Red Morning stream. Thank you very much for being here. You'll notice the name of the stream today is O Fair Chaos Knight of the Lake, Where Art Thou? Hey, Besker! Welcome, Besker. My day, as always, is awful, but hopefully it will improve. Dude, don't go full Valrak. Valrak doesn't do ASMR content. Valrak shows his titties on stream. There's a difference. Hey, it's Jorg. Good morning, Jorg, and welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. So, some exciting news. I have, in fact, and you will find it in the description of this video, begun using Instagram. I know. It's terrible. I didn't want to do it, but you guys all convinced me to do it. Much like you guys convinced me to rate the Space Marines so that you could all yell at me. So Instagram has been started. I did my first post this morning. I expect to put 1 post up there a day. It's just going to be models. I did put the description for the channel in there. I will be doing a bunch of stuff going forward, of course. Yeah, so today might be an exciting day for me personally. I'll probably know later on in the afternoon as to my fate with the organization I work with. I'm actually hoping for the layoff, to be honest. Like, I really am. I really am. My health has been not great, as you guys all know, as I've described over the last few days, but that has been what's plagued my mind, and another reason why I have not been able to sleep more than 3 hours a night. That's right, friends. The Big Red stream from yesterday may be concurrent with the Big Red stream from today, because it might be almost the same sleep cycle for me. Oh boy. You see those black bags forming again, fellas? We're gonna do this. So, with that being said, outside of the depressing circumstances of my existence outside of this platform, Thank you very much for everybody being here today. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to go over a couple things that most of you in chat, I'm sure, already are aware of. First things first, the Tau smart missiles have arrived. I just got back from vacation, Axe. What I need is a new career. That's what I actually need. So, the Tau smart missiles arrived last night. I'm going to be constructing these for all of my Tau Riptides. That will be done, maybe or maybe not on stream. Today, I do intend to do a big portion of this as the hobby stream. So after we've talked for a bit, I do intend to be painting the Chaos Knight behind, no, not painting, continuing to build and assemble the Chaos Knight behind me, which will be mostly me inserting the horns into the chassis and whatnot, because we've done most of the base, though I will be doing some of the last putty work on the base as well. So we will be doing that on stream. We're going to be talking a little bit just now about the Eisenhorn update. Now, just letting you guys know, I'm aware there's an update for it. I don't really care. I don't think it's actually going to be that good of a series. I would be surprised if they actually have much of a budget for it, and who they're going to get to play who, and how they're going to present the series. I think the variance of quality would be very high. And also, it's the first outing for Games Workshop to produce something more on their own, and that usually doesn't actually go that well. Besker asks if I have any ghost keels. Besker, what if I told you I had 2 ghost keels? One is mostly assembled, though not completed. Most of the work on him is done, but I never got to the point of weathering him, where he is kneeling down. And he's got his gun out like this, so I have one of them like that, and I have another one, which is still in the box, and ready and waiting to get painted, and will probably get painted and assembled on stream. After we finish the Riptide, after I finish my triple broadsides, 2 of them are over there, I've got to rebuild the third one, which will be happening after the Chaos Knight. So there is we've got to finish Scarbrand, we've got to finish the Chaos Knight, we've got to finish a broadside battlesuit, and a Riptide, and then there's a good chance that Ghost Keel is going to be next on the menu. Funnily enough, for my army, because I don't play the Tau, I play the Tau People's Republic, I believe that they call their version of the Ghost Keel, ooh, what did they call them again? I know that the basic one, their stealth suits, they call insurgent classes, so they don't call them stealth suits, they call them insurgents. I know, right? And if, is it the insurrection? I'm pretty sure it's the insurrection that they call the Ghost Keel. Yeah, it's the IR-11A insurrection, which is their version of the Ghost Keel. So, it's a garbage version that doesn't work as well, because that's half the fun of making my evil Tau. Hearken yell, I hath returned from the Immaterium. Whalecome. Whalecome, Evangelium. Welcome to the Big Red 40K morning stream. And we've got, on one hand, Let It Be Good, and on the other hand, we've seen the animations and whatnot from GW so far. They don't have any idea what they're doing. These guys are fumbling their way. They are hoping that the fans would be there to catch them. And I think the fans stepped back. You know that trust thing? It's like, just fall back and he'll catch you. The fans step back. Ooh, just boom! Takes a big head onto the ground. Oh, you were supposed to catch me! Oh! Whalecome, Patty Baker. Whalecome to the stream this morning. Thank you very much for being here. GW is talking with an LA and Hollywood firm, and how the series and movies have been coming out not good. Most recent stuff has been bad. Yeah, it has been bad because they don't know what they're doing. But to be fair, most Hollywood content is not very good anymore either. The art of entertainment by these large media companies has been lost, and Games Workshop, trying to learn from them, may be learning all of the wrong lessons. I don't know if you're going to get a long-form format video from me for that, because it may just be able to tie into like the longer format marketing video and things like that I've worked on. So the first video, which since we now have 11 people in here today, the first video that will be coming out that's a longer format video from me is going to be probably for between Friday and Sunday, which is going to be Breaking the Wheel, how Games Workshop disrupted their own market, and it's going to touch on the mistakes they've made with fan animators. And there will be another long format video that will happen at some point in the future, though there will be a few medium-ish term videos that I've made as well, that I'm making as well, that will be more like the original ones I've put out. And but the next long format video after that is going to be about Warhammer Plus and how it is a failed added service product. I don't want to just make content that's very critical of Games Workshop, I should point out, and there will be a disclaimer before the beginning of Breaking the Wheel that I actually like Games Workshop, and I'm not saying this out of resentment. So there's, as I said, there's a lot of people on this platform who are Warhammer streamers or are Warhammer content creators that just have a huge hate boner for Games Workshop. I do not have a hate boner for Games Workshop. I actually like the company. I don't think a lot of their business practices are terrible. That doesn't mean they're good. A lot of them are incompetently mismanaged. But that doesn't mean that they're bad people or whatever. I actually think that for the most part, most of the people working there, and even at the executive level, are not the worst. That doesn't mean that corporations are your friend. They never are. But just comparatively speaking. Oh boy, hold on, I'm getting dinged with stuff here, fellas. You'll have to forgive me. Sisters Chapter approved points leaks are disappointing to say the least. I hope it's not all of them. Mornival's plus 15 points. Navitias is plus 2.5 points. Sacrosants are plus 2 points. Paragon Warsuits minus 10 points. You guys remember the Paragon Warsuits? One of the fuggliest models ever made by Games Workshop? Well, they're even cheaper now. I wonder why. It ain't probably because they're bad on the tabletop, because I know they work with Mornival actually quite well. It might be that they're fucking ugly and no one buys them. Exorcist minus 10 point, Immolator minus 10 point. Val is understandable because she's better Gullyman and should cost more. Neveta's being 1 point less than stock Paddle Sisters is absurd and ruins the whole point of them. Ooh, looks like we have got some spice coming out. Spicy! I personally don't think a live action will translate well into 40k setting, as any project will need a Marvel level funding to do the setting justice. I agree with you, Besker. I don't think that's what they should pursue, but that's what they're going to pursue. Patty Baker, maybe I'm a simp, but I've enjoyed Warhammer Plus. It's more Warhammer. It's not perfect by any stretch. Patty, it is okay to like something that the majority of people dislike. You should never feel bad for liking something that you enjoy. I want to put that out there to you right now. So if I'm sounding critical of Warhammer Plus, it's not because I personally hate Warhammer Plus. It's because I think that Warhammer Plus does a bad job at what it does. Again, like, people, this is a subjective opinion. I have an opinion that stems from the life I've lived and the experiences I've had and the expectations I hold companies to when they provide me with different products and services. So if you are enjoying Warhammer Plus and you are enjoying the quality of the service they're giving you, then honestly, that's great to hear. That means that they've done their job, at least as far as you're concerned, and they've reached out to you in such a way that you feel it's an acceptable product and acceptably worth your money. So that's great. For me, not so much. All series made will be low effort and poor quality ripoff. I want to be proven wrong, but I have been right too many times. Yeah, they're not very smart. Like, again, I like them, but they're not very bright. Deliciously spicy content. Big Red 40k, the Paragon Warsuits of the Bloody Rose is a killing machine in melee, especially if you get the HQ Paragon Warsuit. Yeah, like the special character Mornival. Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. Like, yeah, the fact that they've dropped the points on it is a meme. Because there was already a good unit. Why'd they drop the points on it? They dropped the points because it's not selling well. It's not selling well because it's an ugly model. Maybe put out better looking models and more people will buy them. Here's one bad thought. Live action Krieg. Yeah, we already have live action Krieg. It's called World War I. If they can produce a Astartes level animation quality, then I think they could well be, but they won't. Yeah, they're not going to do that. It's not that they're not going to do that because, again, they're nefarious or anything. It's that the people in charge come from a different era of media, and they don't fully understand how to make this type of product work. Let's see here. If GW's stance on fan animations is what keeps me from Warhammer Plus. GW's stance on fan animations is the original reason why I didn't buy Warhammer Plus. Now I don't buy Warhammer Plus because I think it's a bad deal. If I thought Warhammer Plus was a better product, at this point I would consider supporting it even with their stance on fan animations. If anything, ironically enough, their stance on fan animations prevented me from wasting, some money on a substandard product. Ouch, I know, Axe, it hurts. I think the unrealized potential of Warhammer is a shame, and I agree with you about poor management. But that moment in AOD where the chaplain comes through the wall made my ear. Hey, you know what? As I said, a lot of people... like, the guy who did Angels of Death, I forget his name, he also did Hell's Reach, the fan animation. Both Hell's Reach is fine. I did not watch the full thing of Angels of Death because, like, unfortunately, I'm not all that interested. You can also tell most people aren't because it wasn't pirated very much. You can actually link piracy to consumption of media, and there's very little piracy. Very little piracy of any Warhammer Plus content. Very few torrents, very few anything, very little support. Angels of Death is a better quality piece of content on that platform, with that being said, but even that was not pirated to a significant degree, which basically means that very few people are interested and very few people watched it. Well, the Primaris suppressors at least has the same points, so they must be selling fast. They're always selling fast, dude. They're always selling fast. You guys, suppressors are coming, you guys. It's gonna be great. If the show is a good model of Warhammer Plus, if they show of a good model with Warhammer Plus, I'd just get a recast of it if I wanted the model. You touch it with a needle, Abby. You touch it with a needle. Looking at Open Door and Into the Darkness and Beyond makes me think a pair of squats in a bloody trench coat are going to walk through with a knife. Oh my goodness. No, Ares would defend me. So we now have 15 concurrent viewers in the chat. Thank you very much for everyone being here today. And now is the moment where you guys get the dreaded message. You know the message. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. If you're enjoying this content here today, please consider hitting the like button. It does help the channel. It does improve us in the algorithm. We are at 868, or is it 58? 858 subscribers at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. We are only 142 subscribers away from our goal. We are extremely close to hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark. We've already climbed by almost 300 subscribers since we started running this channel again 4 weeks ago. Or 1 day shy from 4... No, it is exactly 4 weeks ago, isn't it? Exactly 4 weeks ago. We have basically seen a huge rise in people coming to the channel, supporting the channel, showing up on stream, having a great time. If you are having a good time here, please consider hitting that like button. Again, it does help the channel immensely. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. There's a lot of great things happening. and now a word from our sponsors, Lost Crusade. Hit the rap music, guys. Oh my goodness, can you imagine that horrible rap song starts playing in the background with the Lost Crusade track showing there? I'm like, yeah guys, and use my special promo code and Lost Crusade, blah 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 blah. It's like, oh. Ugh. But remember, look guys, it's Raid Shadow Legends. So just as a quick reminder, remember what I mentioned about how a lot of these companies are very bad at marketing? They realize that, and that's why they're trying to use the influencers, people who are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, etc. They're trying to use them as their marketing tool, because the people who are actually able to make it substantively as influencers are people who are trusted by their communities, and if they move those types of products on them, they basically are able to make a go of it in terms of marketing and expanding their products. That's actually a good thing when it comes to good quality products. Whalecome, they call me Hidalago. That's actually a good thing when it comes to good quality products. It is not a good thing when it comes to pushing low quality shovelware products like Lost Crusade. I'm just going to make a pledge here to you today. I would never at any point, I don't think any people are going to ask for sponsorships for this channel, but even if I got a sponsorship on this channel, under no circumstances would I ever recommend a product to anyone that I didn't use myself and thought was a good deal. So I can tell you right now, any mobile game, if you ever see me promoting a mobile game, that effectively means I'm getting ready to cash out on the channel. That I no longer care, I no longer have any integrity, I'm desperate for money, and I'm getting ready to go. There is no reason to promote that type of parasitic material to anyone, and anyone who is doing it is doing their audience a disservice, and they know it. And it's sad to see. There's even some content creators who I like who do it, and it's really sad to see. It is part of the game, as it were, but it is a damn terrible thing to watch people debase themselves and to prey on their own audiences in that way. I really do mean it. The almighty dollar, unfortunately, does have a long reach for a lot of people. Now sponsored by Keeps. Yeah, the irony of me being sponsored by Keeps is not lost on me, Axe, given that this is happening. Get out of here, you. So, with that being said, let me think here. Do we have anything else to go over before we hop over to the night? Is there anything else that is worthy of talking about? There is a... Oh, yes, unfortunately I stepped away from being a moderator on it for a fairly large streamer because they decided to start promoting stuff like Raid, etc. Yeah, because, you have to remember that we're all human beings. We're all in this together. And so there has to be trust between a content creator and his audience, or her audience, and the very fact that so many people have gone out and attacked their own audiences is disgusting to me. I'm going to give huge Eldar Phantom Titans, yes! But I'm going to give huge props to Chapter Master Valrak, as you guys all know. I've never seen Valrak accept an endorsement from a shady company, and basically go through and do an advertisement for them. He has had an incredibly high integrity. He's even told developers who've given him keys and whatnot before if their games are bad or not, and he doesn't promote them if they're bad. So I have to point out, or if he ceases to enjoy them, he'll let everybody know, like what happened with the Horus Heresy card game. So that's the type of content creator that you want to support. Just full disclosure, someone who's willing to actually take a stand for their audience and not expose their audience to bullshit is an incredibly rare thing. The new mini Wargaming model line, they recently came out with a version of Terminator armor, I guess. I haven't seen that at all. Jorg, are you on Valrak's server? Could you send that to me? I'd be interested in seeing that. The new Vampire Hunter and Raider models? Hold on. Raider models? What are we talking about here? Except Herpes Cream sponsor. You know what? I thought that as soon as he hopped on board with that Herpes Cream sponsor, it was very awkward. It was very awkward. I was just like, Valrak, are you sure you want to talk to these people about this? I'm pretty sure it's just cold sores, man. I'm pretty sure it's not, it's not genital warts or genital herpes. He's just like, no, mate. I gotta hop onto this. It's the only way I can treat this condition. And you know what? It was a private conversation. It's one of those things where, we don't normally divulge these types of things in public. But I thought to myself, you know what, man? That's very brave of you. It's very brave of you to go in front of the world like this later on today. I assure you, later on today on Chapter Master Valrak's stream, he will go in front of the world, and he will, in fact, divulge that he has now become he's become an ambassador for Herpes Cream, and God bless him. What a wonderful man. Again, that takes a level of bravery that I myself would never have. So one reason why I might not ever be able to do Keeps is because I'm not brave enough to admit that the hair is going away and it'll never come back. Valrak says your game sucks. Company says thank you, take this money. Yeah, I'm very happy for him. It takes a really big man to go out there in public and be like, you know what, I have genital herpes. And you know what? We all know the truth. Kevin Roundtree gave him those herpes. I don't care what anyone tells to me. I don't care what anyone says. We know for a fact that Kevin Roundtree and Chapter Master Valrak have engaged in a romantic relationship with one another. It's very awkward. It's very weird. I myself, as one of his mods, was shocked when I found it out because of the massive, the massive conflict of interest. But you know how it be. Look at this guy. We have got the Ruskies coming on site all time. Look at this. Would you like to get the pornography? You come here, you get pornography. You come on, you're like, hello there, my name's Kayla Myers. It's not really, I'm actually named Sergey. Would you like some pornography? It's the NDA. It's always the NDA. The shill reveals themselves. Oof, every day's Barris Harrigan's line gets a little closer to... I am the prince of all Saiyans, and my hairline is immaculate, I will have you know. Valrak is part of the herpes cult. It's a cult that worships herpes. You know what? I should be one to talk. I do get cold sores. Oh no. The big red herp. Wait, is herpes a real thing, or is it just a running joke? I'm so confused. It's just a running joke, Besker. Everybody just... He cuts himself while shaving from time to time, and whenever he cuts himself on stream, everyone keeps on claiming he has herpes and needs herpes cream. So that is... you know what? It's just fucking hilarious. I am sorry. He gets so defensive about it. He does not have genital herpes. At least, I don't think he does. If he does, that's up to him, between him and his doctor and him and his wife. Valrak will do anything to make his Sons of Jordan good again. That's right. He'll even catch genital herpes from fucking Kevin Roundtree. Kevin Roundtree out there rounding himself on Chapter Master Valrak. He's like, yeah, you want a Chapter Master model? Yes, Daddy. I'm kidding. He's gonna kill me. If he ever watched this stream, he'd just be like, fucking bear. I'd get banned off the Upper Hive. No, I'm not. We're just having some fun. As I said earlier, his integrity is genuinely beyond approach. He won't promote shitty stuff to you, I promise. And if he ever did, I would have a fucking meltdown on stream. For the Proclaimers of Dawn, the Proclaimers of Dawn? Oh my god, what is this, a dish detergent? Hold on, maybe it is. So, we now know what symbol the Reclaimers of Dorn should actually have. We know. Hold on, guys, we're gonna do this. Now, I actually did the original backstory for the Reclaimers of Dorn for Valrak, originally. Fuck you, Besker! Don't you dare! Do you guys want to hear? Because I think he's moving on to a different author to do it. As you guys know, as I mentioned about my job, it was really too stressful for me to write. Full disclosure, I've written several long-form fanfics that got a lot of praise for different properties. You know, I actually have, in one case, like 1,000 followers on one of my accounts. So like, I'm not a professional author. I do those things. I did those things as stress relievers and things like that while I was working. But, I talked to, Valrak when he was originally looking for someone to do the history for the Reclaimers of Dorn. And I actually wrote the backstory, or at least the outline of the backstory that we were going to do in far more detail. Valrak kind of changed what he wanted about halfway through, and it just became really hard to manage. And then my job became very difficult, which has been difficult for a long time. So that project is something I kind of had to walk away from at the beginning of the summer. But do you guys want to know what the original plan was for the Reclaimers of Dorn? We'll put a poll up in chat, and we'll see if that's what people want to know. Because I actually did do and he approved all of it. So, like, this is no joke. I'll tell you guys, shit, it doesn't matter to me. I think it was great, and it was really to reflect, oh my god, more Ruskies. How many more Ruskies have to come in here? La Moren, she came in here. She is like, hello, look at me, I'm Ruski. I'm a Ruski person. So, So there you go. I'll give the poll 5 minutes, but not even 5. We'll give the poll 2 minutes. If we get the majority of the 18 people concurrently in stream deciding that we want to do it, then yeah, I will basically tell you guys what you want to know about the Reclaimers of Dorn in the version of it that he approved for me to write. Again, he is likely going to have a new author rewrite it. And change the lore for it, but I did a long form thing. We had an immense plan. Immense in terms of its size and scope. It probably would have been 5 videos long, just going over the entirety of what it is. So I will not go as deep into it as that. I've got most of it up here, though. I don't need to reference my notes. I wrote like probably about 20 pages worth of outlines for the overall broad story that he wanted to tell. You should read about the Chuckle Storm that is the Red Storm. Oh yeah, guys. I can always do the 40k stuff. Like, I've been great at doing homebrews for people, for myself or for others. It's one reason why Valrak had me working on it. Oh, wow. That's the majority of people. All right. So allow me to divulge to you what was going to happen with the Reclaimers of Dorn. There was going to be... So the beginning of the Reclaimers of Dorn, they were going to actually colonize a system. I forget the name of the system, but the main world is Pella. There's a series of planets in there, including a Forge world that would have been paying tithes to the Reclaimers of Dorn. Basically, the Reclaimers do protection. They build and protect the Reclaimers' equipment. How this was going to play out was the Reclaimers were trying to become wardens of Segmentum Tempestus, I think, the one in the southwest of the galaxy. And what ended up happening, because remember, Valrak wanted it to be this way, so I have to work around with what he wants. So, of course, they're looking out to basically recover all different artifacts and bring Dorn back, because they believe he's in Segmentum Tempest. They were given this world to be rewarded for their chapter's abilities as they formed during the Indomitus Crusade. And they became wardens of a subspace there, a subsector there. They dealt with pirates, they dealt with orcs in a very short period of time, and then a new hive fleet emerged and attacked the whole sector. I actually had to do a bunch of research for what chapters live in Segmentum Tempestus. And so as a result, Chapter Master Valrak and his honor guard, who are all other guys from the Siege of Terror, they're all his friends, they're colleagues who moved up with him in the Imperial Fists during the Great Crusade. They're called his companions. They basically break up into different forces. They're fighting all these things across the galaxy. They get blindsided by Hive Fleet Tempestus. One of his friends is killed. They fight a series of holding actions across multiple worlds. Several chapters are destroyed in the conflict over several decades with this immense strength. And eventually the Reclaimers of Dorn overwhelm the Tyranids through cunning and alliances that they formed with multiple chapters, including, I believe, some of them were Dark Angel successors. They fight side by side. They fight smartly. They end up destroying Hive Fleet Pythos at great cost to everyone. The Reclaimers of Dorn are beginning a rebuilding process when the next problem arises, which is that they are going on a crusade. Good morning, Tuppy. They're going on a crusade against a group of, who was it? I think they were going to go fight either Chaos or Drakari, and they stumble by sheer happenstance across a system that is asking for distress, that is being somewhat blocked in the warp, and they're not sure why. And there's a huge Mechanicus fleet. And what ends up happening in this particular circumstance... Where did I put my water? Ah, there it is. I'd rather do water than pop for this, because I'm going to need my throat. So what ends up happening is the Reclaimers of Dorn enter this system, and they find that there's wreckage of a space battle. There is a Minotaur's fleet more or less hiding on the outskirts of the system, and there is a massive Space Marine and massive Mechanicus fleet hanging in orbit above this world. I forget the name that we had named the world, but and when they look at the situation, even from afar, they can tell there's a massive conflict going on the planet. And what's happening is, on the surface of the planet, the Mechanicus are attacking the Minotaurs. And it's not the full Minotaurs, it's half the Minotaurs. And they are attacking the local PDF, who are being used as meat shields by the Minotaurs. The Minotaurs have an infamous reputation, so Valrak and his men basically intercede themselves. They're like, hold on, brothers. What is happening here? We cannot have brothers of the Imperium fighting each other. The Mechanicus and these other Space Marines, who are not what they seem to be, they are called the Zegrarian Brotherhood. Which were a homebrew from a user on the Discord named Zacco. They're an oversized chapter who are directly loyal to the Mechanicus and are using tech heresy that many people aren't aware of. They're not following the Codex at all. They are basically they're an abomination of an organization. Now, nobody knows this at the time, though. They have been sent by Mars to retrieve something on that planet, and the Minotaurs were sent by the rest of the High Lords of Terror to retrieve it as well, but the Reclaimers of Dorn have no idea. They land on the planet. Valrak and his companions basically try to, set up a no-fire zone, and at first the Mechanicus stop their assaults on the Minotaurs in the last stronghold that they're on. What ends up happening is Valrak actually assumes the Minotaurs are full of shit. He's like, he goes to confront them, and he sends his chief lieutenant, I forget his name, he's not a lieutenant, he's a captain, he's his best friend. He sends him off to talk to the Zegrarian Brotherhood. And what ends up happening is he goes to deal with the leader of the Minotaurs. I forget which Greek name I gave the guy, but the captain of the Minotaurs basically tells him to fuck off, because they're Minotaurs. But he points out to him, he's like, you don't understand what's going on here. It's above your pay grade. Get out. Let us finish our fighting here. You have no place here. The Reclaimers of Dorn are indignant about this, but what happens outside, and they hear this over the Vox, despite all the jamming the Mechanicus are doing, is his lieutenant is trying to talk to the local Mechanicus. He's like, just stand down for a little while longer. We're going to talk this out. We're not going to need to do this anymore. And the Zegrarian Brotherhood come to a consensus because they're all linked to each other through cybernetics. They talk to each other mentally, basically on Wi-Fi. They come to, quote, a consensus that the Reclaimers of Dorn are acceptable casualties. Oh yeah, we'll call them Captain Ares. So acceptable casualties are how they describe them. So what ends up happening is the chief lieutenant of Chapter Master Valrak, his best friend, gets shot in the back by a Volkite weapon as he's walking away after the delegation is over. Him and his honor guard from his company are butchered by the Zegrarian Brotherhood. They're all killed by Volkite, and Valrak and his compatriots hear them scream to death from the Volkite weapons consuming them from the inside out before the entirety of the Reclaimers of Dorn are beset by the Mechanicus and by the Zegrarian Brotherhood. It's a massive battle. Huge swathes of the Reclaimers are killed, and they're forced into the same siege position that the Minotaurs had been in. And the story at that point was supposed to be about how the Minotaurs and the Reclaimers of Dorn would be forced to work together, ironically enough, successor chapters of rivals, despite being outnumbered and outgunned. The two of them, only through the strength of working together, overwhelm the Mechanicus and the Zegrarian Brotherhood. They pincer through at the right moment. They strike at the head. The captain who killed his friend, Artaxerxes, He actually is defeated by Valrak in combat. He's not the chapter master. He appears later. But as he's struggling to get back up after being defeated in a duel with the chapter master in the heat of the battle, Valrak picks up this guy's Volkite weapon and points it at him. And Artaxerxes places his hand up. We had a whole character design for this, and like they actually have mechadendrite beards because we were basing the Zegrarian Brotherhood on like this ancient Persian Babylonian styled Marines. And he goes, wait, you do not understand. And Valrak just goes, I understand enough, and he shoots him with the Volkite, and of course avenges his friend as he watches the Zegrarian captain burned to death, which causes a feedback loop on the other guys on his network, which screws up that entire company. They take them out. The Zegrarian Brotherhood begin losing in space when the Minotaurs and the Reclaimers basically both attack them from space, with the Reclaimers being acclaimed naval men in space working as the head of the spear, and they disrupt and begin defeating the Mechanicus fleet in space along with the remaining Minotaur ships. This becomes a disaster, so the last of the command crew from the Mechanicus basically land on planet, including the leader, and I forget what the leader's name was, but I believe it was, oh, hold on, oh, geez, what's its name? I forget the name of the main big bad guy, but he's like a giant, huge, half-dreadnought, tech heresy-powered thing, and he gets into a fight with Valrak and the captain of the Minotaurs in the apex of the battle. The chapter master of the Zegrarian Brotherhood is fighting them at the same time, demanding their surrender, demanding, of course, what it wants. Demanding, it's declaiming to them that it already has victory, and if they were to destroy... No, its name's not Alan. It was, Darius. Yes, there we go. I forget the Persian title we gave him, but he was Lord Darius. Darius, right? So Darius is up there. He's fighting Valrak. He's fighting Ares. He defeats Ares. He cuts his arm off and sends him sprawling to the ground. And it ends, but not before he suffers a severe blow from him. At which point, have a great one, Jorg. Valrak finishes the fight. He defeats Darius. He slays the master of the Zegrarian Brotherhood. And at this point, the Zegrarians begin the process of surrendering because they realize that they actually have the artifact now, which has happened during the last few days of the battle. And in space, if their Arch Mechanicus is destroyed, one of the greatest artifacts in the history of the Imperium of Man will be destroyed along with it, and they won't divulge what it is, but what it would be divulged in from the perspective shots of the Mechanicus and the Minotaurs is it's a near fully functional STC. And what ends up happening is the Minotaurs were given the order to bring it back to the High Lords and share it with all of them, including the Mechanicus, whereas the Zegrarian Brotherhood were sent there along with the other forces of Mars to take it without giving any access of it to the High Lords, to basically make sure that Mars was the one true master. It was all a play by Mars to become more powerful in the Imperium, to basically elevate themselves above the other High Lords, and it just isn't working out. And the Minotaurs were given the order to make sure it was never shared with anyone and that there was no risk of exposure. And they were told to bring it back themselves, and if it is compromised in any way, to destroy the STC. And as Valrak is working with the Minotaurs in the last few moments of the battles, they're dealing with the last remnants of the Zegrarians who have surrendered, honorably surrendered. As the Mechanicus are standing down, their forces are battered, their forces are maimed, but all sides have heavily damaged fleets in space. Whole battleships have been laid to ruin in the darkness of space. The planet itself is in a ruinous condition. What was once a beautiful temperate world has been destroyed. The local PDF basically fought alongside the Minotaurs and the Reclaimers of Dorn and have been savaged. They have known unknowable horrors at the hands of the Mechanicus. And at the end of all this, at the apex, the Arch Mechanicum, which we named the Hellespont, floated in space, and Valrak turned to Ares and he goes, because, they fought together, and in fact, there was one scene planned where the Reclaimers were going to be marching, they were under attack, they were being hit, their honor guard were being hit in these storm shields by all these advanced weapons from the honor guard of the Zegrarian Brotherhood, and the Minotaurs and the Reclaimers formed up together in a shield wall and marched towards them and began this epic battle between the two key forces of both sides. The elites of the elites doing battle at the height of the battle was another, at the height of the war was another big moment that was expected to be at least described in brief format during the lore video. And what ends up happening, though, is after all this is done, Valrak is talking with Ares, and he goes, "You know what? I may have misjudged you. We fought alongside each other well. Because it's like Iron Warriors and Imperial Fists working together. When working together in a format like that, they could never be defeated, even by a superior force." And he's like, I see now, that you and I, we really are brothers, and Ares goes, what did he say? He goes, we have business to finish in regards to the Hellespont, because the Minotaurs are not very kind. They're very cold, right? And Valrak simply goes, "They will stand for what they've done." And the Minotaur just responds, "They already have." And he hits a note on his new mechanical arm, and the Minotaurs blow up the Arch Mechanicus. Valrak has no idea that a near fully functional STC is on that ship. It destroys it entirely, which is extremely dishonorable. It was a surrendered ship, and Valrak just turns to the Minotaur, turns to Ares, looks him in the eye, and just says, "Get out of my system." So after, we're friends now, guys! We're friends! And then by the end of it, it's like, "Get out of here, you fucking rat." It's just like, oh, it's so good. So there was a ton of great moments that were planned in that. Now, after that, the Reclaimers would have a campaign against the Drukhari, where they would end up fighting a Drukhari who was an Eternal. which none of the other Drakari know he's an Eternal, and Valrak would actually not be able to defeat that guy. He would kill him several times. We didn't have this part as fleshed out, but the Immortal Drakari guy was something where he actually gets shoved out an airlock and hits a planet's like a gas giant. And that's he's not dead, but we don't really know what happens to him after that point. And then the final stages of the story that were planned was that the forces of chaos, including the Night Lords and Thousand Suns, were actually attacking the homeworld of Pella in an epic siege where the remainder of Valrak's friends, his friends from the heresy, would die in the defense. Valrak himself would be badly wounded and lose a limb. And it would only be through all of the other chapters who helped them with the Tyranids. When the Minotaurs show back up with the chapters that were helping them with the Drakari and all these other forces, answer the call to come to the planet, and they basically fight against the forces of chaos together. They alleviate the system, and they finally win, and it was going to be an epic battle at the very end of all of it. That was all approved. It was all planned out. It was all greenlit for what we were going to make the backstory for the Reclaimers of Dorne. And at the end of it, they were going to be rebuilding everything. He always, the Reclaimers would always have a salty relationship with the Mechanicus after the battle of that system with the Minotaurs, because they don't trust the Mechanicus anymore after the battle that happened there. Because they're like, you guys were into some dodgy shit, and they wouldn't tell us what was up. They were killing other Space Marines and killing citizens of the Imperium for no discernible reason other than some artifact, and no one would tell them what the artifact was. But yeah, that was the story that we had worked out. There's way more detail in my notes, but I just figured I would let you guys know. Now, that again, that's all likely to change. Whoever he's going to work with in the future is probably going to change most of that or throw all of it out and do their own thing, and that's fine. It's something that I wish I'd had more time to work on with Valrak. I wish I'd had more time to finish the script for him so that we could have completed that project, but it's just not possible. It's just not logistically... I don't even have time to write my own stuff right now. I don't have the time, unfortunately, to finish Valrak's request. I did it all free. There was no charge. I take writing very seriously, and I implemented everything he asked. There was no implication that they were Iron Warriors at any point. They're true-born Sons of Dorne. There are no memes in there in the context of, like, oh, I'm secretly going to make fun of Valrak in the notes or whatever. Nope. It's all straight, all professional, all done to the standards that he wanted. He shot down some ideas, and he accepted others. And it was a great pleasure talking to him and working it out with him. He seemed to really like it. And of course, the story elevates the character of Valrak. But Valrak's character is a tragic character by the end of it. Because even though he's successful, even though he has this chapter, even though he's defeated his enemies, he's now truly alone. All of those who came with him from the Horus Heresy, all of his trusted lieutenants, his companions, are all dead. And now, by the end of it, Valrak is in a new, brutal galaxy that has made him colder and harder than he ever was before, and unlike before, with his companions, they're really at his side to carry him forward. He, to help him with his day-to-day life and to continue to be able to operate and have that shared sense of struggle. All of those people are dead, and at the end of the story, he's really alone. He's the last man standing. He's the last son of Dorne from the Siege of Terra. So that was the story, everybody. That was the original plan. Yes, that means the 17 people here in stream got the original rendition of what Valrak commissioned me to do for his backstory. It was all approved again. We just didn't finish the scripts. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Did you guys like it? I noticed that the chat went quiet, that we did gain people while I was talking about it. I am curious. Join the line, Valrak BH. I don't understand what that means. Who's stronger, Tyboros the Red Wake or Astra and Moloch? Astra and Moloch, because he's not a robot, and I think Astra and Moloch is likely like a Phoenix Lord, but a Space Marine. It's not fair because Astra and Moloch is not actually a Marine, in my opinion, but a mechanical suit. Yeah, it's really a story about someone being thrown into a new mix, relying on his friends, and then his friends dying around him until he's the last one left. He's the last one standing. And that's the tragedy of his character. He's the last man from the defense of Terra. that was brilliant and gave a real background to the character. Yeah, that's the art of storytelling. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to give a clear, concise idea behind who this character is. And so that's what I tried to do. Again, there are some ideas that Valrak shot down, which were like, whenever you're commissioned to do something, you just have to sit down and talk with them. And I talked to Valrak about it pretty extensively. It was not generic edgelord at all. I forget the Drakari's name, but I actually based him off of, as you guys know, I use the username on Reddit, Starscream. I based him on Starscream from the original series with the Immortal Spark. And he was basically an immortal Drakari who didn't need to consume people. He even knows he doesn't need to consume people. And he gets killed multiple times before, he kills one of Valrak's friends. One of the companions is killed by him. It destroys one of the main ships of the Reclaimers of Dorn, which is, basically the Drakari intervene because of seers from the from the craft worlds warning them that the Reclaimers of Dorn will be the doom of their cabal and the doom of Komara. And there's a big backstory behind that too. Again, I don't want to we don't want to run away with this for hours and hours all morning, but yeah, the Drakari basically go there to kill them before they get killed without the Reclaimers knowing it. And one of their entire companies is destroyed before they realize it because the Drakari keep ambushing them. They're basically, it's like Battlefleet Gothic, where these stealth ships just emerge from the darkness behind the Reclaimers at the worst moment, knowing where they're going to be preemptively, because ironically enough, the Craftworlders are helping the Drakari by letting them do the dirty work in their seer visions. So, the Drakari are emerging with a vengeance, you will not be the death of us, we'll be the death of you! So that is that was the storyline for that. So, after I've gone through and divulged the backstory as it was originally planned, remember, this will change. I'm no longer on the project, so I expect it to change. Please consider hitting that like button. Please consider doing that with me, friends. There was a lot of work to go through and go over all that and remember all of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working with Valrak to put it together. It really was. The one thing I've enjoyed the most about the new Warhammer lore is the story of the Tetrarch Felix and how lost he feels from the Great Crusader in the 41st Millennium, which is why I like Valrak. Absolutely. The character, that is. Sounds like the Drakari Homunculus. No, there's a backstory for that character. The Homunculus make this character's great-grandfather trying to cure themselves of the Feast of Slaanesh, basically, of their souls being drank. And it didn't work, but when this guy's genes get passed on when he was cast out, eventually the right combination came in, and this guy's far distant offspring is an immortal. Not just immune to Slaanesh, like an Eternal, much like you would see an Eternal from the Horus Heresy. Sounds like so proper good, well done, Bear. Oh, thank you very much. Codex complaint. I'm a new Templar player and busy crusades for Clayton's silly rules. That sounded awesome, dude. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, as I said, I have some talent as a storyteller. I'm pretty good at 40k lore, but again, just things didn't work out. Scheduling was a problem. My work was really stressful and still is. So that was part of the the consignment, the mission that Valrak gave me. Perpetual Dark Elf fun times indeed. Well, no, the best part is he doesn't even need to drink the souls, but he's in his own little game trying to raise himself up, and of course it doesn't work out when his cabal gets killed and he gets basically sent into a gas giant. I'm sure he would re-emerge in Komara at some point, because when Eternals die, they don't necessarily reappear in an area where they just die again. But, just is what it is. There's a great line from Ninja Scroll when Jubei is fighting against Gemma at the end, and Gemma just starts screaming at him as he's beating him to death. I can't die! That's very much the case. Yeah. Gotta love them getting them the same time. I know, right? Double tap. Can't just kill him once, you gotta kill him multiple times. So, do you guys want to... Oh, fix that, YouTube. I know, fucking YouTube. How dare you, YouTube. As a quick note, if there is anyone new here today, again, we're on our march towards 1,000 subscribers. We are currently at, I believe, 858. Might have gone up or down since then. We are still at 858. If anyone does want to subscribe, please go ahead. We would deeply appreciate you guys doing so. And remember to share the stream with your friends and share it with other communities that you're on, because we do this type of content every single day. We will have these chats and discussions every single day. Oh, I love Ninja Scroll. It's one of my favorite movies, not just one of my favorite animes. So, I think it's going to be time in just a second here to work on the Chaos Knight a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, we will be working on the Chaos Knight a little bit this morning. Nothing too crazy, just going to add some spikes into the body and stuff like that. I will still be reading the chat, so do not fear. Don't go anywhere. If you've got any comments you want, or anything to ask, or anything to contribute in any way, I will be periodically looking at the chat, and we will read over anything anybody brings in. Late stream again, mate? Oh, come on now, Keith. You know that I have to stream early. At least until I'm done with work. I'm going to have to stream more early every day to make sure that I have an opportunity to talk to everybody who follows the channel. And this just happens to be the time of day that I can do it before work. So, that's why I'm here, Keith Moore. And Keith, oh man, the Ruskies are out in force today. Look at all these Ruski motherfuckers. So, that is why, today, I've basically, I'm streaming at the time I do, and we will continue to do so. There's unlikely to be a video today at noon. Can I bait you more in jokes? Of course you can, Frog. Go for it. I might faux outrage about it, but it's really funny at the end of the day. Just trying to think here if there's anything else I need to add before we switch over to the night. We went over Valrak stuff. I'm actually at work right now. Don't tell them, Keith. They don't need to know. I don't think there's anything else we need to go over before flipping over to the night. Again, though, just as a quick note, please consider sharing the stream. I really want to get to that 1,000 mark. Once we hit that 1,000 mark, I kid you not, guys, we're going to go off like a rocket. The whole channel's going to accelerate. New Discord community. Everything's going to be basically transformed in a positive light. There will be great prizes for everyone who participates. The tide rises all ships, my friends. So, I've moved that over there, and I'm going to switch up the camera here, and there we go. We are back over to the night. There's a bit of green stuff work I'm going to do first before we begin bolting in those extra bits. As you can see here, the top is actually not glued on. So, it's locked in place, but it should be removable. There we go. Why is that done that way? Because I'm going to be spray painting this a metallic color first. And I want to paint this separately because it will be easier to paint this separately on its own without having to worry about the trim on this guy. So those two pieces are going to be glued together after the fact. So easy peasy. Knight chassis itself. Head's being glued on separately. Internal bodies is going to be hit with gray primer. And then what I have done is I have taken a pot of Iron Warriors metallics from Games Workshop, and I have turned it into an airbrush paint by thinning it out significantly. Turn the mic up a bit? Sure, absolutely, Martin. Just give me 1 second here, guys. The mic will be turned up. I have the power to do this. Can you guys hear me better now? Is that better? If it's not better, I don't know how to tell you this if it's not better. I need to dip out for a bit. No worries, Hidalago. We'll see you then. We cannot hear you, Captain. Oh, man. Weird. Maybe if I position this up higher again. Just give me 1 second. So, can you guys hear me now? Is everything okay now? It's a bit better now? That's weird, because before, I was able to turn that around all the time, and you guys could still hear me, even from this position. Okay, it is better. So, let us see here. I need to take this first. I'm just going to be mixing up some green stuff here first to make sure that I'm able to get in here and finish off the base. So it's got a couple little details that I got to take care of. I've poured a pot of of water here specifically for that now. So that is a thing. Excellent. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean for that to happen. Pro streamer, as you know. Top tier pro streamer. So we are going to be doing a wonderful night here for House Lilith, which is my custom house. Though the color scheme is going to be very similar to the Night Lords. I don't consider them Night Lords. I just really like the color scheme of the Night Lords. So that's all it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a custom decal done for them, though I do know that the banner hanging between its legs is going to be a flesh-colored banner. It's all going to be fleshy. Delicious. Flesh. Got to be blunt. I never really liked painting streams from other people, but I've started enjoying them because of you, Red. Well, that's excellent, Besker. I mean, like, a lot of it is just like a lot of people who do painting streams kind of like they're not very good at banter. They're not really good at, like, if you look at Valrak's painting streams, they're usually pretty fun. Why? Because Valrak's on. Like, that's all it really boils down to, is like a lot of this stuff improves with the quality of the presenter. A lot of the best painters may not be the best hosts. That's not, like, again, they're much better painters. Like, I myself was concerned for a little while when I was doing this that, like, maybe a lot of people wouldn't like me doing this type of activity on stream. But what I realized is it's not about, you know, like, again, I consider myself a C+ painter. I don't consider myself to be a top tier, like, hey guys, check me out, I didn't win fucking Gold Demon with this shit. And I don't think I'm going to ever be that level of painter. It's just a matter of just being on stream, having fun with people, talking about the projects they want to do. Again, like, for when we, for either when I'm unemployed, or for when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I am super excited to do just streams where people are showing off their models. Like, again, like, it's fascinating. You quite literally watch paint dry. It's about the person adding to it to make the painting hobbying stream good. Exactly. Like, you know, so again, I was very nervous at first because I'm like, yeah, I'm a C+ painter, dogs. But you know, like, at the end of the day, it's not about my abilities, which again, they're not terrible. I think that I don't look at a C+ as being bad. Like, a C+ means that you're actually pretty good. Like, I have a very high rating system for how I consider things to go during the hobby, right? Oh no, not YouTube! Why YouTube? Why? But you know, like, I have a very strict opinion of like what I consider to be good quality. So, like, if something is extremely good quality, you know, like, that's an A+. If something is still, like, you know, what some people would consider a remarkable quality, I would consider a B or a B+, right? Like, I, like, you know, even though that's why I consider myself a C+, you know, painter, or a C+ hobbyist in many respects. Yeah, it's not that I have a low opinion of myself or anything. It's just that, to me, you know, when you're on the upper echelons of painters, you've really got to be impressive. You can't just be, you know, doing some of the right techniques and whatnot. You know, you've got to be like somebody who paints something for an incredible period of time in a perfectionist way that has superseded all expectations. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, like, again, other people can say, you know, Bear can fuck off or whatever, and that's fine, right? But, like, that's just my own rating system. You'll notice I'm very critical of the models too. I want the absolute best models possible. And what that often means is, like, if you know, like, if Games Workshop, for some people, an average model is, you know, if you look at the old school tactical Marines, they look at that and go, yeah, you know, it's not new technology, it's not very good, you know, blah, 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 but it's a perfectly acceptable model. To me, it's not. To me, that model is $70 for 10 of the little bastards. And, you know, they're perfectly acceptable to some people, but to me, if I'm dropping $70 on, this is the thing, this is why I don't complain about the price. I complain that if I'm spending $70 on this, it better be worth $70. So that's the way I look at it. What I was trying to say, I actually grew up watching my dad painting Warhammer models, and he'd always be joking and laughing with me. Same feeling with you. Well, thank you, Besker. When I was growing up, my dad was usually swearing and scowling at me, so I suspect I'm doing a little bit better than my own old man. You fucked it up, man! Look at you! You're a goddamn disgrace! Ah, the good old days! But yeah, like, you know, like, at the end of the day, you know, like, just, like, when it comes to painting and things like that, if anyone ever feels I'm being harsh, you have to remember that I hold all of the stuff in the hobby, including myself, to a very high standard. And you know, like, I'm never trying to be harsh. If I'm offering constructive criticism or anything like that, if I'm ever being I don't like to ever think I'm just going to be an asshole to someone. I'd really like to know the painting receipt for the new Inquisitor. Yeah, that's a really beautiful model. I don't know if I will get that model because I don't really do Inquisitor stuff, and I got to save money for at least a little while here. But they did a really good job with that Inquisitor model. I really do. I agree with you. That was very well done. Just 1 second here. Just have to scope the boop a little bit to give it some form here. Make stuff look a little bit more rock-like. Blend it in a little bit more with the rest of the rock. Oh. Let's just push this down here. There we go. There we go, yes. If you make bad models, you are bad and guy. Well, there might have been a scowling and death stares when I interrupted him at a delicate time. Damn it, son! Why did I have to invite you in here? Alright, why the fucking have to do that? Look what I've fucking done! Oh, this World War II model was gonna be fine. No, but in all seriousness, like, you know, I didn't really have anything like this with my old man when I was a kid. We had a very distant relationship, even though, like, you know, my parents weren't divorced or anything at the time. We don't really have any of the same interests at all. My dad is an avid fisherman, loves fishing, loves outdoorsmen. He loves to go and hunt and things like that. I never gravitated towards those types of hobbies. I had never had any interest in them at any point, even when he tried to get me involved. You know, we have completely divergent interests and always have. And, you know, that's fine. You know, like, people are never, like, if people were all identical to each other, then I suspect that we'd be living in a far more boring world. But, yeah, I can't say that my dad and I have my dad had no contribution to me getting into the hobby. Funnily enough, even though my uncle is a jackass, my uncle probably had a bigger influence on me in the hobby than my old man, as he played Epic, and he also played some 40k, and told me about it when I was a kid. So that is the case there. That was a contributing factor behind why I continued to get into the hobby and why I continued to play it. My friends also all got into the hobby, so that also helps. Like, all my friends through high school and whatnot, they all got into it to some degree. It was, you know, like a fascinating thing to see it all unfold, to be honest. So that was another contributing factor behind me being in the hobby and contributing to it and continuing with it as long as I have. Is if my friends hadn't gotten into it and continued to be in it all through school, then, you know, to be honest, I probably wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now on stream. Just probably would have never been a thing, because I wouldn't have had anybody to play with. Bam. Let's get the tool here, fix this up, smooth that out a bit. More rock-like. Pile up a bunch of snow there to hide some of the green stuffiness of that, but that should be fine. Then, got one last bit here, and you know, it's perfectly fine because that last gap we have to put. There we go, you guys. Where are you guys? I've been playing a bit of South Park. The second one, the Coon one, where you're playing as the King, or you're playing as that kid who's helping out Cartman, or the other side with their superhero projects. So we've got a bit of the South Park nomenclature going on right now, or the South Park vernacular, as it were. Come in, you guys. Go. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Boom. So the base is now done. We've completed the base. It's got all the bits I need done in there. The legs have their slots already designed for the base. This will be painted over before he's ever mounted to the base. The legs will be painted separately from the body, or from the body, and from the armor plates, and it will also be painted separately from the base itself. This just gives you a lot more access to being able to get in and paint the areas that you want to paint, and to be able to get in and basically really make changes that you need to make. The arms will also be painted separately from the body, again, very much like this. In these guys' case, it does complicate things a bit. I knew I had to assemble this because of how complicated the arm mechanisms are, but the actual casing here around this is not a metallic. It's actually got to be painted the color of the rest of the model, so it's very likely that the arm will be painted. This part here will be quite easily painted with Iron Warriors through the airbrush, though this part here will have to be manually painted out because the arm itself is going to be painted with a airbrush coloring of dark blue, various factors. Then, again, body, very easy, very simple. You pick out parts after the fact that you want to be a bronzish or a goldish color, just to make it look like there's some variance in there. So that will be done as well. Same thing for the other arm. These painted separately, these painted separately, armor plates on top painted separately, head painted separately, faceplate for him. I'm making him the Screamer. Oh boy. I like the idea of this being the face of my Daka one, because it's just screaming as it's basically shooting all of those shots out. It's walking forward like some Terminator horror monstrosity, just screaming out at its opponents as it reaves their souls from their bodies with incoming rounds. Like, brrr! You can just hear those horrible twisting motions of both of these cannons, because we've got two of them. Boy, where'd the second one go? Oh god, do we only have one of them? Also, I've got to add some bits up on top of this. You'll note I didn't glue in the little hooks, because I'm actually going to use spare other little bits from... Oh, here's the other piece. I'm going to use spare little horns and things like that up on top to make this look more demonic. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it good, you guys. We're going to make it great. It's going to be amazing. So that is how that's going to go. Let's see. Second. Does anybody have any questions, comments, memes, jokes, whatever? What's going on in chat, fellas? What's going on in chat? It's only Besker talking at me. Besker goes, I've seen this old White Dwarf magazine, always from 1999. Still go through it on occasion for nostalgia. So Besker's still with me, buddy. Besker, I appreciate you. I really like to know how painting... Oh, yeah, so I already answered that one. So many people in here, but it's so quiet. I had a friend in the early 2000s who gifted me my first ever Warhammer model. And it was the first I ever painted. It was a Gene Stealer, and I still have it. I lost contact with him, though. Good morning, and welcome, Miles. Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. We've also got, sorry, I've got some work to do, just a bit popped back on. That's all good. I'm painting something very heretical at the moment. What are you painting, Tuppy? Tuppy, what is so heretical? I have to know. I have to know, Tuppy. You must tell me, Tuppy! Tell me! Tell me your dark secret. Just give me 1 second, guys. I actually have my first 3 Warhammer models still, and I will show you guys. All right, I'm back. You know I'm back. I'm back. You know it. Shamo. So I'm painting. I'm painting some Ultramarines. That's awesome, Martin. I love the Ultramarines. A Warhammer scale Mad Cat. Oh, I think I saw that earlier. Oh, I've seen some of them. I saw your Urban Mech. You showed me that one. It's all 3D printed. So, fortunately enough for me, the first 3 Warhammer Fantasy models I ever got were not so heavily painted that they couldn't be stripped. So these models, I actually stripped a few years ago and I reprimed them. I just washed some of the dust off for them before putting them on camera, so they're going to look a little wet. They're not in a display case because I haven't repainted them. But my first 3 Warhammer Fantasy models, I mean this ever, were these 3 models, which are, for my Orcs and Goblin army, they were my trolls. I got 3 stone trolls. My dad, as I mentioned before, my dad and I have very little in common. My dad actually picked these up for me when I was at a Games Workshop. When I was because now I don't have my first 40k models with me right now because those are Space Wolves and they're buried under the house somewhere. But these are the first 3 fantasy models I ever got. Old school square bases. 3 monstrous infantry for my Orcs and Goblins, which were 3 stone trolls. And, I still love them to this day. I did buy some of the new AOS stone trolls, just to have replicas of these things, and I really do love these guys. I really do love those models. One of the first models I painted was a standard Primaris Lieutenant. Oh, that's cool, Miles. Byron, the amazing painting I used to see in White Dwarf and in store display cases is what captured me in the hobby and is why I want to try as well as I can painting that to replicate that. And that's the point. It's aspirational to look at what other people are able to put together, what projects they want to do, how they want to do it, and what you can learn from them. And not only what you can learn from them, how you can teach yourself how to grow based off of what other people's works are. I wouldn't, there's no way I could paint anything to the standards that you guys have seen so far if I didn't learn from other people and from other people's projects. Like, this is the latest model we finished on stream. You guys know all about it. This isn't a perfect model, but I think it looks pretty good. I think you guys would agree it looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice model. We painted it on stream together. And is it a perfect model? No, but like if you compare this to what I would have painted even 5 or 6 years ago, this is a significant upgrade despite me getting older. It's because you learn things, you learn new techniques, you learn better ways to apply your techniques, you make mistakes and you learn, or you watch other people and you learn from them. Or you completely fuck it up and you waste a big pile of money over and over again, like I do. The first and only model was Trays in the Infinite, like the super old one. I was still horrible and it sits on my shelf. Oh no. Old school square bases, love them. Yeah, so do I. My first army was Blood Angels and had over 3,000 points when I was 18. But when I moved out, my mom binned them. Oh, that feels like a punch in the fucking kidney. That's why I find it so sad the display cases at my local shop are so lacking. Yeah, it's really sad when they're not able to paint stuff to a certain standard. It really is. But a lot of it's also, ironically enough, the growth of the hobby has caused somewhat of a divergence of where things were before. Before, you had fewer people who would work for Games Workshop or in the hobby and sell stuff and be kind of like those local leaders, but they were typically the top of the mountain, the top of the food chain. And now it's not their fault, but because there's an expansion of the hobby, they need more people working in hobby stores. They need a larger number of bodies, and because some of the top quality people now do stuff online rather than being a guy in a store, it's just not quite, you don't necessarily get the same level of quality. It's not because they're bad people or they're not trying, or many of them are great ambassadors for the hobby who work in the shops. Great ambassadors. But, just at the end of the day, they may not have the same skills as you might have expected from the hobby some decades earlier. Martin Young, a disowner. Oh my god. Poor Martin. People are telling him to disown his own mother now. I mean, he should, because she did a great blow of it to him. Matthew Bureau, I binned a whole load of my models when moving to university. Gutted about it, and I had to start again when it came back, the hobby 2 years later. Oh, that's so bad, Matthew. What armies did you bin? I hate to ask, but I gotta know. You've piqued my interest, so I have to know now. I have to know. You must tell me. Tell me. Let's do some of this little detail work here, guys. The parts that everyone enjoys. That's not true. The part that nobody enjoys. They started as Blood Angels and started painting them Christmas sets and then ended up as Raven Guard. Oh, okay. Downsized in their, like, one case, including the paints examples, just base cost. Just a shame. Yeah. It always hurts whenever that stuff goes down that way, my friends. When, like, once you've lost a major army or anything like that, just to something like that, it's just pure pain. Right, so how are we gonna do this? How are we doing? Oh, that makes sense. I might be able to do that on both sides and keep... Nah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the big spikes with the chains in between them on this one because of the missile pod on top. That is a great sadness to me. I cannot believe it. So... Now we're going to have to do this because it's going to be here. Clip on there quite easily, but when we look here, see that the missile pod fits in this part, which means that if I put those big sticks in here, it's not going to be able to turn or anything like that, so none of the big sticks can make it onto the main torso, unfortunately. So that means that it's all going to have to be small spikes. I lost my Petronian army when moving, and my parents and I still lived with my parents, and I still lived with them. Each day it became more and more painful. It's terrible, Tuppy. Oh my God! It's like, so whatever happened to the army, Mum? What army, son? Whatever happened to the army? At least you have one of the at least you have one my closest hobby stores over. 1.5. Oh, so see, I never. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Besker. I'll be moving in a couple months myself. What's the best way to transport your armies? Don't move. That's the best way to transport your armies, my friend. Congratulations, Evangelion. You've done it. You've achieved that that goal now. Congrats. I just want to give you a big round of applause. There we go. You don't have to worry about it anymore. See, easy peasy. Sorry. Yeah, dude, you did it, my dude. So, this portion of it, we actually mostly need the little spikes here. Because the big spikes are too big. Because they're too big. It's not gonna happen, boo-boo. I'm very sorry, boo-boo. Those two little spikes out. No, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Is that there? Pop this one out. Do it. Do it now. Ah. Oh no, I'm seeing a lot more horror stories popping up here in the chat, boys. I'm thinking magnetizing bases, probably not a bad idea. Magnetic box definitely works very well. I should say I saved the early 90s Blood Angels of Death book, but lost a classic Rhino. Still looking back at my old books and feeling sad about removing the Lorne artwork for Crusade. Ooh. Just toss them in a duffel bag and you're good to go! Oh, Miles! Miles out there just basically, it's like, why don't you just fucking destroy your stuff? I love it, Miles. You know what? Let no one say that you're not the most cutthroat man in this chat room. Let no one say it. Yeah, dude, just smash your army, dude. It's the only answer. So then we've got the best way and cheapest way to do it, to do eBay and have a great round of magnetic load bases. Yeah, it's pretty true. Just destroy your army, my dude. Just throw it in the duffel bag. When you hear all the models clattering together, when you hear any of the heavier models you may have making contact with the plastic ones, you just got to be like, you know what, man? That's just the way it's got to be. You know, it's how it's going to be when you don't have models anymore. Fucking savage. Alright. Got all of those out now. So, I think these will go here eventually. No, no! Let us see here. I have a bunch of stuff from the 90s somewhere at my nan's. I lost the best part of my collection, but I can't wait to see what survived. Oh, that's cool. I have a bunch of my stuff from the 90s all under the house, but it's quite a trial to get down there and get to all of it, and most of it I don't need, so it just kind of languishes. I use filter wool for aquarium boxes, contain my armies. Seems to have kept everything nice and safe through 3 storage center moves. Oof. You shouldn't be. I'm proud of myself for that. You shouldn't be, you monster. That's still one of the funniest lines that we've had so far delivered tonight. Is it just throw it all in a duffel bag, my dude? Just whatever. Yeah. Oh, so good. I love it. I love it. That one popped in there, I think. That doesn't look like a beaver marine, because it's not a beaver marine, Nick. It'll never be a beaver marine until we hit a certain level of members or subscribers. There will be no beaver marines, my dude. It will not happen. The abuse I suffer on this channel is unbelievable, with people harassing me with Canadian marines. There. And still miles. Rocket pod. Be there. Yeah, just hit it there, but that's fine. I'm not going to turn it all that way anyway. Good, good, good. Sorry, I just want to make sure that what I'm adding to this allows the missile pod to continue to turn, you guys, so you'll have to forgive me for looking like a child. Like, wee, look at me do that stuff. I'm too smart. Let's see here. So, to also check out this guy. Big bones for the side of the hull. This is, for the record, by the way, everybody, this is an absolutely gorgeous model. Compared to the Imperial Knight, the Chaos Knight here is absolutely stunning. And I do mean that. Like, it is a beautiful model, and I wish it had more options. Because, like, it's an absolute pleasure to put this thing together. Compared to an Imperial Knight, it actually goes together easier, and it looks better in every way. It's more dynamically posed. It's like, you know, especially considering you can do what you want. If you just field it as a knight, despoiler, you can just give it whatever weapons you want. It is beautiful. It is genuinely a stunning model. And there's nothing more funny than watching what your opponent is going to do when you deploy a model with twin Avenger Gatling cannons. Because even though this is not points effective, because this is a 560 point model, you just want to be the guy to watch your opponent shit their pants. You know, like, you know, he might even beat you, but he'll beat you on objective, and you will just destroy his army. You will sit there every turn, churning out a total of a heavy stubber plus 2 Avenger Gatling cannons. If anything heavy comes along, you got a couple missile launchers to take him out. If things go well on the channel and we can monetize the channel, I hate using that term, I'm sorry guys, but if we can, we will build a dedicated knight army for the channel that is going to be the House of Lilith, that is definitely going to happen. And you know what, guys? When we get to, if we ever get to the Kerberai, we are going to name the Kerberai. Have mostly a white color scheme for their armor for the Space Marines, and we will get to the point where I will name the leader of the Kerberai Ares, and we will. And the symbol for the Kerberai is a dog, so that means that we will have Ares the dog painted in miniature form for everyone here. You know how the UK and Canada share the same monarch? Yeah, I know. I'm aware, Nick. Hey guys, I just wanted to let our sponsors know that Raid Shadow Legends about, they wanted us to do something special on the channel for them, so we made a Raid Shadow Legends based Chaos Night. Are you guys happy? Are you excited for the reveal of the Raid Shadow Legends Chaos Night? I know I sure am, you guys. So, well, since it's the new year, as a gift, we'd like to keep. You would like you to keep Prince Andrew. We'll not share him. He's all yours. Wow! You know, to think we're gonna have Prince Andrew, the Prince of Canada. Wow, what an honor! What a privilege that you are offering to the Canadian people. I can see your love flowing through the screen. Clearly, that you're not, sending him over to us out of resentment or bitterness or anything. No. I can sense the true love and dedication of my colleagues across the ocean. I can sense it through the ocean. Thank you so much, Nick. I'm grateful that we're going to have the opportunity to have such a wonderful monarch here in Canada in the form of Prince Andrew. I'm sure he has no baggage. I'm sure he's just a nice guy. Clearly not a predator of any sort or anything. Am I right? Am I right, Nick? God forbid he got stomped by a moose or attacked by a beaver. No, it'd be more like, yeah, what happened to him? It's like, well, bears eat you alive, I heard. It'd be a real shame if the prince came over here and was devoured alive by the wildlife. That would be terrible. I mean, he's the prince. Just awful. Can't imagine something so terrible happening to such an important person. Alright. Go. This guy's a horny bastard. So we got horns on the arms. Both sets of arms have their horns. So all we have to do now is determine how many of these pipes are going to have this type of stuff on. Well, you guys. You and me there, Philly. Well, if it cuts the bill for the UK and Canada rather than spending all that protection money, to be honest, they actually don't cost us that much. But let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about the monarchy. Because you guys know we don't want to get involved with that type of discussion on this channel. Interestingly enough, I see 2 little holes here. Wonder if those are actually supposed to have anything going on. It doesn't look like it. Oh no, they do have holes. They do have stuff going on. They do. Never mind. I'm crazy. Ignore me. Well, you guys probably already do anyway. But yeah, that's all good. More mutated spikes emerging from the hull, I've heard. Just to put in here. Put over here. Oh god! Where did it go? Ah! We found it. Let's see if they gave me any more spikes. I'm just to be sure, fam. They did, but they're big. But you know, that's not necessarily a problem for decorating some of the stuff that I want to do here. Because I can't use the chained version of the things here. What I can do is I can actually take these bigger spikes and I can cut them down and mount them in different places. Alright guys, let's take a look at the chat here. Thinking of starting Chaos Knight Army, but I don't want to... So Matthew Biro, if you're looking at starting Chaos Knights, the main thing to start with is just the Knight Rampager or Knight Desecrator. But you may not want to build them as a Knight Rampager or Desecrator. You may want to build them as a Knight Despoiler. And see you, Biren. A Knight Despoiler. A Knight Despoiler is a unit that basically allows you to take Imperial Knight weaponry. A lot of the time, you can buy those weapons kits separately or from third-party resellers for that portion of it. Because yeah, twin Avenger Gatling cannons or twin thermal cannons is not anything to sneeze at when it comes to power in Warhammer 40,000. That's a lot of firepower. Like big, like that's some big energy that you're throwing down the table at that point. In all sincerity, your opponent, you know, even if your opponent will win the game, a lot of the time they will be afraid of the firepower you can dish out. At least that's how it normally is. There is also the reality that Chaos Knights are getting a new codex soon with multiple new units, which I suspect will also allow an increase in the deadliness and firepower that this army has available at its hands. It is a very, very powerful army. But it's not good at winning games. That's the thing you have to remember, that like they've gotten a bit better now because like Knights and Chaos Knights obviously have more ability to secure objectives than they did before, but it's not enough. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way. I mean to say that like you know, these vehicles, though they're very powerful, have limitations, and you have to remember those limitations when you're you know, kind of dealing with this army, as it were. That they are not you're always going to struggle with objectives as knights, and as a result, you know, like you're going to have a lot of fun playing them. You're going to have a lot of fun wielding gods on the battlefield, but you may not get the results of victory that you're looking for. That doesn't mean that you didn't do your best. It's just the type of army that it is. 15 and 16, eh? 15 and 16 for connecting the chains, eh? Playing knights is a kind of a table the enemy or lose the game. Yeah, kinda. How about that monkey holding a knife in its tail? What? Oh yeah, I remember now. Oh my god. Yeah, from Age of Sigmar, the monkey with the knife in its tail. There it is. There's the human there. The Eldar knew its true danger to us all. So, it's there. This here. Let's see. Is there an option for pustules instead of spikes? Not in the kit, but the slots you could easily green stuff some pustules in there, no problem. Like, look at the way the hole is there. Look at the way the hole is here. You could just put a pustule in there yourself, just form a little ball of green stuff and slot it in there. And you'd have a pustule instead, dude. It's very easy. That would be a very simple conversion, in my opinion. Very simple. So what I'm going to do is I actually want 2 chains carried over the top of this. And I just trying to figure out how I want to do that. So I think I'm actually going to put 2 of these together first and link them up with a chain and then cut them down as necessary to put them on the surface of this miniature. That is what we call the big brain move. Nurgle is love! Nurgle is love! Nurgle is love! Poor Father Nurgle. He just wants to help you. Yet so many people don't want Father Nurgle's help. It's so sad. Miles, you stop being mean to Father Nurgle. Father Nurgle loves you. He cares about you. He cares about your fate and your future. He is a good deity. He is, you know, he loves you, man. You just got to accept his gifts. You know, I don't want to hear, no, you don't. I'm a Tzeentch guy too, Evangelion. I love Tzeentch. Praise be to the changer of ways. It's magnificent. It is fantastic. I, for one, have always accepted our Tzeentch overlords. Right. So, this. So that. We have finished drinking the water. Must resist timing out. No, please, no more time out. Please, you two, please. So, we're going to do this guy. This. There. I need to figure out the connection points on here. Here. Where does it say they're supposed to connect? Just anywhere? Anywhere the metal is? Oh shit, it might be. Oh boy. Finicky as fuck. There's only one god, and he's sitting on the throne of Terra. High Marshal Miles has thrown his lot in with the High Lord of Terra himself, the Emperor of Mankind. All those who agree to support him are, in fact, wrong. The true Lord of Chaos himself is, in fact, Malice, the renegade god. And any of the usurpers need to be silenced and accept Malice is, in fact, the one true god of all of chaos. And, you know, every time, I'll tell you, folks, every time I hear people out there not saying that Malice is the one true god of chaos, that really grinds my gear, folks. Folks, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That really puts me in a raw mood. I'm kidding. Definitely would be this side. Sorry, I'm just dry fretting something here that I need to make sure this works out. So that makes sense there. Right? Boy, don't forget about the everyone forgets about the Omniscient Evangelium. That's why he is not the one true god of mankind. Not like Malice, I tell you. What is humanity if not malicious? Exactly. That's got a solid connection. Let dry for a little bit on the ground here. What I'm gonna do in the meantime, as it were, take these two. Yes, I see the potential now. I see it all unfolding before my eyes. Truly, the dark gods have blessed me with foresight. Was there? Is that a Yuri? What do you mean a Yuri? What the hell's a Yuri? I don't even know. So 1 second, guys. I'm gonna flip the camera back for a bit while I wait for that to dry. Been working on the Chaos Knight a fair bit on stream today. So I will have pictures up on Instagram. As you guys will notice that we did, in fact, upon the recommendation of the chat, start an Instagram. Instagram is a real thing now. So I'm also going to post what Tuppy is working on, if he's okay with that. Tuppy, are you still in here? Are you okay with me showing off what you sent me a little bit earlier today? So just give me 1 second here. I have, in fact, returned to the stream. Thank you, everyone. I know you've... Yuri... You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch, Shrago! How dare you? How dare you say that about me? How dare you? How dare you? So, Frog the Third has declared himself a... Well, he's declared that I'm a retard, but I suspect that it might just be his deficiencies. You see, because I can't possibly be a retard. I have Chaos Knights. There's no way. There's no way my sharp Chaos Knightified mind, my high IQ, my big brain, can't possibly be that dumb. Can it? Can it? Yeah, it can. So, we're gonna just pop this up here. This is a 3D printed miniature which Tuppy has been working on. It is this one here. He has also been working on the Flea, I believe that is, which is the smaller mech to the side there. There are no gods, only the word of Blake itself. Battletech. It is a great game. I love Battletech. As you know, though, Battletech is not the primary focus of this channel. Warhammer 40,000 is. But I did figure that since Tuppy has been working on it, that it would be something that I would like to show off to everybody. I think it's a very beautiful 3D printed model that he's done with the Mad Cat, which I believe is based on the game model for MechWarrior Online. So yeah, that's a fantastic looking print. You're very lucky to have such a beautiful model. There we go. All Tau proxies. Boo this man. How dare you? They should be Imperial proxies. Tuppy, I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends, Tuppy. I thought that we were going to go off together in friendship with one another. Instead, this is what I get. It hurts. It hurts, Tuppy. It hurts me. Deep down, hurts me in my very soul. Alright. Forgive me, everyone. My favorite mech is the Vindicator. Oh, so you're a Capellan. Alright, I understand how it is. Well, my favorite mech would be the Awesome compared to that. No, that's not true. My favorite mech is the WVR-6M, which is the Merrick variant of the Wolverine, because it is amazing, and because the Free Worlds League is the most free and independent nation of the Inner Sphere, and of course reflects the ever-present values that I hold dear to me. Alright, enough Battletech talk. We'll drive the whole audience out of here. You're trying to kill my channel, Tuppy. I understand what... You guys, Tuppy is trying to kill my channel. I can't believe it. It hurts. It hurts me deep down. Oh, see, he keeps going. He keeps going at it. Tuppy. Tuppy, why? Why, Tuppy? Why? But into the duffel bag of destruction with him. Oh, the duffel bag of destruction. Oh my god. I love it. You know what, guys? I think that's what we're going to name the afternoon stream today. That's what the afternoon stream is going to be named. It's going to be named the duffel bag of destruction. It's the way it has to be. There's no other way that I could possibly go through life without that. So yes, today's afternoon stream, after this is all said and done. There we go. The duffel bag of destruction. That is going to be the stream for this afternoon. It might be the late afternoon stream. I don't know what's going to be happening with work today. So, as you guys all know, I have made reference to it a couple times today, and I do apologize for that, but I do have to give updates that my very stressful place of work might be changing. It's the next channel meme, that's right. That's right, it's the duffel bag of destruction. I still love it. The duffel. You know what, guys? Right here, it's not exterminatus you need to worry about. Oh no, when you see those ships hanging in orbit preparing to hit the. Hey, have a great day, Mitchie. But when you see those ships in orbit hanging out there preparing to destroy the world, that's not what you need to be concerned about. Oh no, good sir, that's not. When you, my friends, are a Imperial Space Marine, your only true fear is, in fact, the ultimate torment, the ultimate end of all things, which is, in fact, the duffel bag of destruction. You can see it here. I have posted it. Everyone, I want you to be calm in chat. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. It's not real. It's a digital duffel bag. It won't destroy your models. It will not destroy your armies. Your armies need be calm, too. It is just an image. Fear not. It's not really here. Have a great night, Asher. Thanks for, well, have a great day, rather. Have a good one, mate. The duffel bag of destruction. Models enter but may never leave. So, that is, it's right there for you on stream. It's a real thing. This is a picture, an artist's rendition of what this horrible monstrosity may look like. And again, for all users who this may impact, please remain calm. We are aware that, you know, this is a very dangerous item. If you see anyone with a duffel bag, please report them to your local police. After all, they have an incredibly dangerous weapon that is there to hurt you and to hurt the things you love most dearly. Fill it with useless old War Machine metal minis and it doubles as... Fill it with useless old War Machine metal minis and it doubles as home protection. This is what a weapon looks like. This is what violence looks like. That duffel bag is violence. Just throw the Titan in there. I'm sure it'll be fine. For the record, I love the fact that you guys have come up with the duffel bag of destruction. Oh my goodness. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? Hold on, maybe I'll show this on stream. So the meme area, it was called the 40k memes area on the new Discord we're working on the revamp of the Underhive. But it's gonna have a new name. So the meme area on the Underhive is going to be called, hold on, I will show it here for prosperity's sake. The meme area on the Underhive, I don't know if you guys can see this, will be called, in fact, the Duffel Bag of Destruction. That is its name. That will be the dedicated meme area. That's going to be the area where the memes go. It will be the Duffel Bag of Destruction. I fucking love that. That's gotta be the best meme this chat has put together. Yeah, it's the Duffel Bag of Destruction. It's Duffel Bag of Destruction, chat, boys. That's where the memes go. There will be a single post describing the rules. Only images can enter the Duffel Bag of Destruction, and they may never leave. That's the cunning part. Look at what we have here. If it is not Boris, why do you not join the website? Why do you not come here to the website? We are throwing Boris, the Russian bot, into the Duffel Bag of Destruction. Oh boy, Boris has now entered the Duffel Bag of Destruction. He will never leave. He is one enters and then leaves. That's all that is. Thanks, baby. So there he goes. But yes, no joke. That is how that is going down. Indeed, yes. It is the Duffel Bag of Destruction as the meme chat. Miles now put yourself in So, as I mentioned before, If I am, in fact, laid off from work, which I suspect I will be, I probably will receive my layoff notice this week, which should not be a bad thing. Again, this would be a good thing. We will not have the 1,000 member goal at that point for the Underhive. The Underhive will just open. The reason why it will just open, I'm just going to be real with everybody here. I know there's only 13 people in the chat, is because if I'm laid off, which I actually would like to be laid off, I will be focusing entirely on YouTube, which means that all of the platforms that are related to YouTube to grow the channel will have to be utilized. And the free portion of the Underhive will be open to everyone. The membership area is something that we would be looking at later once memberships or Patreons are available. But the free area will be open to everyone right away as soon as I have user details programmed. There are 2 mods on there right now. I don't believe at this time that we will be growing enough to have a 3rd or 4th mod yet, but we will look into who that would be if we hit that point. Again, full bear media saturation. You know, at the end of the day, like as I mentioned, like if I get laid off, I'm going to have to make a run at trying to do this. I will have time because I will be on unemployment for at least a little while. And to be honest, like if I could make like channels like this tend to grow a little bit and then a lot, and I would like to grow a lot. And I think that a major component behind that would be people inviting their friends to the Discord, and with us basically, you know, running community chats. There's at least one day a week that will be a community chat, which you guys all know about. I've talked about it a bunch, which will be the weekly Sunday streams. That would be entirely built around basically reviewing people's models from over the week. It's the big red bag, dude. There might be another community stream that happens weekly as well. We'll have to see. We are having a guest on this Sunday, which you guys all are aware of, I'm sure, which is Gung. Gung will be joining us this coming Sunday to do the Orc rating review, where we're going to rate all the Orc models. So that is something that we're also going to be looking at doing. So I'm going to try to arrange guests. After we hit a certain size, I would like to see if I could, try to invite some people I know for just a chat, whether it be like a half an hour or whatever, on Discord who have channels of their own. But we will see how that goes once we've hit a certain size. Again, if you guys can share the channel in the meantime, if you guys can promote the channel, the faster we can grow, the bigger we can grow, the more resources can be poured into the channel. There will be soundproofing that I'm going to be installing in the room after we hit a certain point so that the echo goes down a little bit better, and there will be more resources I'm going to pour into different assets for the channel. Again, super thank you to everybody for being so supportive so far. We've been running the stream for 2 hours this morning. I'm not quite done yet. I suspect that we will be streaming for another half an hour to an hour. Just going to give people the heads up now, though, that we're about 2/3 of the way done through the stream for the day. Man, am I seeing a fight in the chat? Do I have to start fucking banning people? Is that how this has to go down? I'm also doing my best to swear less on chat because it's bad for the algorithm. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Doing my best here, but I'm like, I should probably also mention that I gotta start swearing less because it's bad. Now, I'll probably always swear, though, just FYI, it's just the way I talk. So it is a misfortune for me as a person because it will slow the growth of the channel, but I can't fucking help it. Oh yeah, Mitchie. Mitchie got it yesterday. Mitchie, no, just letting everybody know, while we were on stream yesterday, Valrak was streaming, I was there, and Mitchie declared that there was no way that I would be able to ban him, and that I didn't have the cojones to do it. First, within seconds, Mitchie ate it. Mitchie got what was coming to him right away. Mitchie got 300 seconds to think about the fact that I would pull that trigger every time. First time, every time. Every time, guys. Mitchie entered the duffel bag of destruction for 300 seconds yesterday. That's how things went with Mitchie. Mitchie was out there. He's like, "There's no way you'd stick me in the duffel bag." And then a second later, he just went there. You hear all the models banging around in there. Mitchie's form being broken, his limbs snapping from his body. When we pulled him out, he was a 3/4 finished miniature. It's awesome. He's a 3/4 finished miniatures now. I'm a tradie. You don't swear that much compared to what I hear at work. Yeah, but YouTube thinks I do. That's the key. He told me to raise my hand. I reached to my waistband, and the last thing I saw was the blinding light, and then only darkness. It's like, oh, it just goes. He saw only darkness, and he felt the sharp, pointy sides of multiple other miniatures as his body was battered within the duffel bag of destruction. Respect the authority of the little blue spanner. That's right. You know what? We always make sure the duffel bag of destruction has an extra warm pot of Whalecome in there, too. So you can always feel Whalecome once you've been dropped in the duffel bag. We wouldn't want you to go into the duffel bag of destruction and not feel Whalecome. Oh, God, no. Oh, it's so warm in here. No! Crunk is making sure to double tap me. I did that in the chat the other day. Even the GIF I put up. I put up a GIF of when he was just like, "You got me, you guys!" And I just threw that GIF up there. I'm like, "That damn right. Damn right. You got." That was a great chat yesterday. Like, Valrak had a great stream yesterday. Call that battle damage. By Mitchie enjoyed that duffel bag of destruction. It's not the size of the spanner, it's how you use it. Call that battle damage. You call that battle damage as he's all just mauled by the duffel bag. This was the GIF we threw up for him when it all went down. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can put this. This was the GIF we threw up for him. He's like, "You got me, you guys, you got me." Yes, enter the duffel bag of destruction. Never to return. Not as you were. That's what Slanesh said. It's not a... Oh yeah, Slanesh, you know Slanesh is a tiny pecker. That's why Slanesh is into all the weird shit. You guys know it, right? I mean, it only makes sense. Why else would Slanesh be into all the weird kinks? It's because basically Slanesh is built like a pencil. And not even a long pencil, it's built like a rundown pencil, like the type that, you know, by the end of it, it's like, you know, fits between just, you know, you can barely fit the nub between your two fingers there. There's Slanesh for you. Slanesh, you think Slanesh has got something impressive going on, and Slanesh is just not impressive. That's what... It's this big. Well, not only that, like, even Slanesh's less manly parts, you know Slanesh is an A-cup. Oh, God. Oh, God, what have I done? So, yeah, you know these things, you guys. You know it. It's awesome. Oh, look at that. We have more Ruski bot coming in. We've had the Ruski bots in here prolifically tonight. Can you guys believe it? Like, we've probably taken out 12 of them so far. They just keep coming in here. It's like watching the Red Army trying to take you out at Kharkov. My God. You just hear a few shouts of "Oorah" before, you know, the machine guns start lighting up. Careful, Bear. I saw that Keeper of Secrets move in the background. I ain't afraid of no Keeper of Secrets. Did you see the blade go through the back? Into the bag, Ruski. That's right. The German encirclement in Kharkov, the largest military defeat for Russia in its history, and one of the largest in the history of the world, was basically just the Red Army being thrown in the duffel bag of destruction. Start farming low-level mobs, not fair. And now the descendant servitude of the profane prince begins for us all. That's right. Praise be to Slanesh, the profane prince, the great keeper of secrets. It knows your greatest heart's desires. Accept his beautiful gift. Oh, the keeper of secrets should have a huge god piece. They put the stuff in a sock in there. I am, of course, the keeper of secrets. The greatest secret of them all is that I use socks to stuff my pants. The keeper of secrets. It, he, she knows your browser history. Oh, it even rhymes. No. Truly, the Dark Prince is terrible in his destruction. But, yes. Is there any subject for us to really go over at the moment? I think we've covered just about everything. We've done a bunch of model building today. We've talked a lot of shit. We're making fun of Slanesh. I'm not entirely sure you guys need me anymore. Do you need me any longer? Can I escape this place? What can I even do at this point? Actually, I do have a little bit I can talk about here. We have, hold on, the Zlanstrek had a bigger piece than the Keeper. Ooh. Everybody's running to delete their browser history, as Besker's saying. Is like, oh shit, mate. Oh fucking shit, they fucking know. No, so just giving everybody a heads up, who was not here earlier. Into the duffel bag you go, Bear. No, you duffel bag. You are supposed to serve me. I am your master. You can't do this. Just thrown in the fucking duffel bag. The script for the video, the long form video that's coming out, I am not probably going to have an additional meme made today to go up in time. But the breaking the wheel, how Games Workshop disrupted their own market. The script is done. It is being reviewed at this time by another person to make sure that it is on point and coherently expressing in an order of events something that would make sense and that it's not too repetitive. After that process is done, which will be earlier today, I will be recording for that video either tonight or tomorrow. And then I will be editing that video probably over the course of 1 to 2 days to make sure that everything is implemented in the way that I want it to be, that everything is timed correctly. So we are moving ahead with the larger format video. I would appreciate you guys offering any feedback on that video once it is completed and posted, which will be sometime hopefully between Friday and Sunday. And it's going to be fairly long. It's a five-page basically entertainment piece mixed with like a thesis in a sense, basically talking about how marketing works. I'm not as animated this morning as I am last night because I got all of the rants out of me last night when you guys were here with me. Oh boy, I was just having the meltdown like fucking goddamn chaos, fucking ruined the whole lineup, fucking goddamn. So that is coming. It will be there will be some jokes in there, of course, but it's mostly going to be about me just kind of laying out a picture of how we got here to where we are today, with Games Workshop's current marketing and with how the community has developed some hostility towards them. Again, I don't personally feel that much hostility towards Games Workshop. I genuinely kind of like them, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hello there, Lehman Russ. Whalecome to the chat. How are you today, Lehman? Oh, Lehman, we also have an Instagram up. So you can actually see the link for that in the description for the video. And Jalio is here as well. Whalecome to you as well, Jalio. Jalio, the Instagram for the Big Red 40K channel is actually attached below. And again, if I receive my layoff notice today, the Discord will likely go up before the 1,000 member goal is reached, because we'll be using it as a platform to expand the channel. So just giving people a heads up about that as well. It's not perfect. You know, I'd obviously prefer that to, you know, not be the case, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what's worse than the penitent engine in the mortifier? The duffel bag of destruction. Oh, no. It's like the Sisters of Battle, they scrap the penitent engine, even though it's a battlefield weapon. It's like anytime somebody's bad, there's just this giant duffel bag hanging behind a statue of the Emperor. It is the Emperor's wrath! What is it? The duffel bag of destruction! Someone needs to print a model of the duffel bag and homebrew some OP broken rules for that shit. No, dude, just buy a fucking duffel bag. Put it on the table. Whenever one of your miniatures dies, it goes in the duffel bag. Is there foam in there? No! Deliberately shake it when it's full of models. You just hear the miniatures cracking in it. Oh, terrible. That's so terrible. I want to thank Miles more than anyone. I think it's Miles and Besker who've expanded the lore behind this newest, greatest project, which is, of course, the duffel bag of destruction. where models enter and they never leave the same again. Hey guys, I gotta move house. How should I transport my models? Just throw them in a duffel bag and you're good to go. Alright guys, you have entered the duffel bag of destruction. This is terrible that I'm laughing this much about it, but it's fucking hilarious. I don't have Insta. I will look into it from time to time. That's all good, Jolly. I'm just letting you know. I cannot wait for the 19th or 20th of February, taking Chaos Boys out for a tournament. I can't wait for that time because I can play Warhammer Total War 3. Evangelium's just like... Can you imagine Evangelium's out there like, well, the chat told me that I could just throw all my models in the duffel bag and it'll be fine. It's like... dumps his models in there. I hope that this journey goes well for them in the duffel bag. Just hear the crackling of the miniatures in the duffel bag. He's going, I'm sure they're fine. Pops it open. What has happened to them? What terrible fate has befallen my men? Also, I read that the GW Investor Report said some hopefully good things. There's no good things, Jalio. Jalio, what good things could there possibly be? I am a firm believer in not good things. I'm a firm believer in bad things. Into the duffel bag, tie buff double. Oh, God. Into the duffel bag. Tie duffel bag to the rear bumper of the moving truck. Profit. Oh, God. It's just banging on every speed bump. Just like open on this. Absolute disaster. Opens up the chat lied to me. Why would the chat lie to me? True God of Chaos, the duffel bag of destruction, destroyer of models, and the breaker of banks, plus souls. Anyhow, I've got to go do some stuff. Thank you very much for being here, Jatleo. Have a good one. Good things is that they have major ejection machines. I know. Yeah, they're expanding production. We know what they're up to in terms of like they listed all of this out in what their plans were when they were expanding their original production facility. I know, dude. Like it's so terrible. Like I'm laughing myself because I know the full power of the duffel bag of destruction, dude. The duffel bag of destruction is basically what your parents do once you leave, and if you don't take care, if you don't take your models with you, your parents always have the duffel bag of destruction. 1 second here. Just 1 second here, guys. I'm sorry. Somebody's just asking me a couple questions about channel here, so you will have to forgive me if I quickly answer them. Well, you don't have to forgive me, but it would be really nice of you if you did forgive me. That'd be really awesome. All right. We're back, everybody. Oh, that's right. I kept that. Oh yeah, I did. That was really nice. All right, sorry about that, everyone. Sorry about that. I was staring off into nowhere, and then the chat abandoned us. That's what happened. It's what happens when you're not talking to the chat, and you have to spend a moment just being like, "Hey guys, hold on a second here. Hold on a second here, fellas. Hold on. Yep, model prices are still expensive. Added you on Instagram. Thank you very much, Decaying Minds. I appreciate it. As I said, like, everything I can to expand the channel right now is important. My mom wanted me to get rid of all my old White Dwarf mags. I actually told her to throw out all her clothes as well. Didn't go very well. I kept the magazines. Hold on to what? Hold on to what we got, man. Come on, Miles. You know the song. It's Bon Jovi. He's a classic. Sent you a message on your last post that might interest you, Red. What do you mean? I don't trust you, Mitchie. God, no. The account he mentioned posts models painted by everyone from the community. Oh! Okay. I should do that. Thank you very much, Mitchie. Thank you for adding clarity to that. Oh, it's very good. Hold on to our sanity? Fuck. I lost that a long time ago, Decaying Minds. I have lost this. The tentative grip that I had on my mind has long since, disintegrated. If we look, towards a line from something like Metal Gear Solid, you can hear, like, I'm basically Revolver Ocelot being taken over by Liquid Snake. Get out of my mind, Liquid! Like, I've severed that tether, and I'm far happier without my sanity. Thank you very much. Sanity is for the weak. Oh, it's such a good line from Dawn of War. I love that line. What is sanity? I have no idea. No, there's so many good lines in the original Dawn of War games, Dawn of War 2 and Dawn of War 1. Even, to be fair, even the Noise Marines in Dawn of War 2 had a great line, "You have to scream to be heard." And they have that voiced by the legendary Paul Dobson, the original voice for Eliphas the Inheritor, and the original voice for Gabriel Angelos. Also, in Dragon Ball, he's the original voice for Zarbon, and he's the original voice in a bunch of other animes, and he was accredited as the voice of Naraku, as the main villain of Inuyasha. He's a Canadian voice actor, and he has done tons of work. I believe he's in his 60s now, so I think his career is going to start winding down pretty quick. But he's had a huge storied career in anime, in cartoons, in video games. Just a phenomenal voice actor, phenomenal range. Really quite a prolific voice actor as well. And it's always nice because he's a hometown. Even though he's not from Vancouver, which is the place of my birth, he is a hometown hero in a sense to me, because he's an amazing talent who did most of his career up here in Vancouver. What's next do you reckon you should buy for your World Eaters? Lehman, you should buy the duffel bag of destruction for your World Eaters. I think that is the next logical step for you, Lehman. You should buy a duffel bag for them. You should... Oh God, Lehman, you've got to buy a duffel. They need the duffel bag, Lehman. That's what they need. We're losing viewers and I don't care. Well, yeah, I'm from New Zealand in, like, the broadest sense, but I grew up in Vancouver and Richmond. And now I live further down the Fraser Valley. The Horus Heresy box, Lehman. No, dude. Don't listen to them, Lehman. Buy the fucking duffel bag. That's what you need, brother. Brother, that duffel bag's not going to fill itself with those models. That's the only solution to this problem. The duffel bag. The duffel bag. The duffel bag! It's fucking Evangeliums out there. I'm sorry, Lehman. I'm sorry I said that. I will buy the duffel bag and call it Big Red Bear. Yeah, that's where all the models go. If they fail you in the game, just unzip the duffel bag and spill the models in that died. You failed me. I don't like it. Seals it up, shakes the duffel bag. Everyone's like, no, Lehman, no. You're shh. That's all. You hear all the resin snapping. Oh God, it'd be terrible. No, I don't know what you actually have at the moment for your World Eaters, Lehman. So that's the thing. Like, it's hard to, like, I know you've got your very large tank, your Mastodon. You know what? Actually, Lehman, we now know what you need for your World Eaters. You need a second Mastodon. That's what you need. Where would you be without? You only have one, don't you? Do you have two yet? Lehman, do you have two Mastodons, or do you have one Mastodon? I thought you had two, maybe. Nobody is same after the duffel bag. Mitchie's right. Mitchie knows how it is. Mitchie understands. Mitchie's got that sharp, that keen mind. You own two Mastodons now. Well, have you considered that the best things in life come in threes? The best thing in life comes in threes, Lehman. So you need a third Mastodon. They call the Mastodon the duffel bag. Oh my God! He's getting ready to move his models up the table. What is the name of this vaunted machine? We call it the duffel bag of destruction. He just rolls the fucking Mastodon up the model, moves it up the table. Oh God! Oh God! Terrible! Terrible! This stream might be a wash, but this is the funnest I've had on stream in a long time. The duffel bag of destruction. It's fucking terrible. I love it. Couldn't the Mastodon challenge the duffel bag? I'm not sure, but other models. You know how bad that would be for that Mastodon, Mitchie? If you dumped a Mastodon in the duffel bag of destruction? Do you have any idea how much money you're throwing away? Good morning, Coleman Statham. Coleman, welcome to the duffel bag of destruction stream. That's what the afternoon one's going to be called. It's the latest meme to hit the stream, and oh boy, we found out a new brilliant way to transport your army for Warhammer 40,000. It smooths out the resin rocks. Don't forget to add the Mastodon to the bag with your army and shake it up. Red just downloaded Instagram to follow you, and I commend it on the post. You should look. Evil cough. That reminds me, when I was in high school, guys showed up with 3 40k armies to a mini tournament. They did during a celebration day at school. He had them in a duffel bag and it was heavy as hell. Oh no! Threes. Oh! Thomas just subscribed to the channel. Whalecome, Thomas. Whalecome to the Big Red 40k stream. I don't know if you're in here right now, Thomas. But yeah, that's spectacular. We just got a new subscriber to the channel. Because that sound is so unfamiliar to me on stream, I was like, what is that sound? Who's trying to kill me now? It's terrible. It's amazing. That sound scared me for a moment. Like, where am I? What's going on? Huh? So, yeah, we're now at 8:59. One more, and we are only 140 away. It's become real We are gonna make the duffel bag of destruction the greatest single achievement in the history of Warhammer 40,000. It will grow beyond anything else. So, will it duffel? Are you putting paint in the duffel bag of destruction as well? Or just a separate... No, the paint won't be destroyed by the duffel bag. No, it's all right, Thomas. That's a great thing. We have that notification set up because usually it's when people invade the stream and they come in and you just hear like ding, 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 ding. I suspect that Thomas is actually one of the fans of one of the stories I write, which remain unlisted from this channel. This channel's completely disassociated from that content. But I have quite an audience when it comes to the fan stories I write for various properties, and they've all been very concerned and they've all been very nice, asking about how I'm doing because I haven't been able to write much over the last 6 months. The stress has been too much. So hopefully once we get the channel to a state where I can apply for monetization, I can also not only just provide more content for you guys, but I can start writing again and continue the stories that I've been forging for like 8 years. So like, I usually don't tend to give up on things. No, it's all good, Thomas. Thank you very much for coming. Like, we do streams here. We just banter, and the streams are the main part of the channel. That and banning Ruski. You see a Ruski bot come into channel. It's like, hello, would you like the pornography? But there's also bots who spam the channel. It's just standard fare for YouTube. But what kind of stories? I write Dragon Ball stories that are fan fictions that are big what ifs, basically. Again, I don't affiliate that content with here because it can get pretty fucking grim. But they're two of the biggest stories on the internet for fan fiction for Dragon Ball. They're in the top. I won't say how big in the top. They have a lot of following behind them. I feel really bad for having neglected them for the last 6 months, but I just can't write right now. I'm just not in the right headspace to do it. That's the same reason why I had to drop doing Valrak stuff. It's about the same time where I have not been able to write. I've been consumed by work. So I'm really hoping that with me focusing on YouTube instead of focusing on that, I'm going to be able to, once I have this in a comfortable place where I don't have to worry as much about this as well, I'm going to get back to writing that. And I might even expand my my horizons to write some 40K stuff for people that we can post up or make video format content for as well. Or you know what? Like, we could also do a day where we go over people's homebrews and things like that too. That could be a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Ads. I'm going to try to post every day on Instagram, but I don't think I'm going to do a lot of posts every day. I think it's important to get yourself in the algorithm, as it were, to post something every day, just like with YouTube. But I don't want to spam people. I never want to be that guy. Just with the current climate, you never know how people are doing with their health, both mentally and physically. That's why I reached out, man. Been a big fan for a long time. Yeah, I've done it for a long time. Like, you know what? My favorite, like, now that you're on stream, I will mention, like, 'cause I find it very hard that people would be able to find the stories just by me mentioning certain events, unless, you know, actually, well, I mean, a lot of people have read those stories, so who knows? But I would probably say, just as a quick update for you, you're going to probably like the chapter coming for the one centered with Raditz in it. And if that one is actually about a quarter of the way done. It's going to be a big chapter, though, and I just have not been able to tackle it. And you're probably going to be really sad by the overall outcome in like the next 30 to 40 chapters for the Gohan story. So just FYI, you know, one of these stories has better outcomes than the other. The other story is going to be pretty sad. You know, I tend to write my characters realistically, and oof. I'm sorry, anytime I hear fanfic, I get flashbacks to the same fanfics I turned into those fanfic. Yeah, like, you know what? I don't write anything smut related. I think it's a lot of people are really sexually frustrated, I think, which is interesting. You know, like when you look at it, that they all want to live vicariously through these characters. I don't. Any character I've ever written as a character, I try to not be myself. I approach it almost like I approach acting. I don't want to write me. I want to write somebody else. I want to figure out why they make the decisions they make, and I want to forge a character around that, whether that's for Warhammer or Dragon Ball or anything, which is basically it helped. You know what's weird is writing expanded my empathy for other human beings as well. It actually like I used to be a way meaner person. Like, genuinely, I was way less understanding of other people and the problems they experienced until I got back into writing. And it really helps contextualize as you try to write people who are different from yourselves, why they make the decisions that they make. And you start to realize that a lot of the time when people like are assholes to you or anything like that, there is a lot more to it than them just being a prick or something like that, or they do something that you don't like. Like, you'll even notice that I have a fairly accepting attitude to the things Games Workshop does. The reason why is because, you know, the people there are just trying to make things work the best they can based off of the knowledge they have at the time. It's not like Games Workshop kills people. If it does come out in the future that Games Workshop kills people, though, I will be very much against them. I'm just saying that there's no evidence at this time that Games Workshop is an institution that is built around, you know, the death and suffering of other people. It's just a manufacturer of products that people want to consume to basically, you know, cope with their own lives or better themselves or improve their hobby or find enjoyment. Now, they want to make money too. They have obligations, they have investors and all those things. And if you asked me in my early 20s, I'd be like, no, man, it's not right. It's like, well, the world's a complicated place, and the people in it are often doing the best that they can. And that's the same with, it's just like, and I learned a lot of that from writing a lot of the characters I write, that a lot of cases, like, people who behave badly aren't just behaving badly because they're evil. Like, you know, there are sociopaths and psychopaths out there, absolutely. But in a lot of cases, people are behaving badly because they're kind of forced into a corner, and they're forced into a series of circumstances that kind of lead them down the dark path. You know, the term "the road to hell is paved with good intentions" is a real thing. It really is. So you should read Lusty Argonian Maid. Oh, get out of here. Thunderdome Duffel Bag 2 and 1 enters 2 players put their armies in the bag and shake it up and see who survives in the battle. That's right, we're not even going to play the tabletop. We're going to dump both armies in the duffel bag of destruction and shake it up. We're going to give it a good old shake. It'll be awesome. So, we've got... we have to transport duffel bag, painting duffel bag and army duffel bagless. Oh no. It started out perfectly fine, then did a complete 180 and became smut and extreme smut in an instant. Yeah, that's just the problem, right? Again, like, a lot of people just can't let it go. Like, I wrote a story that I actually think is probably one of the better stories I ever wrote. I won't say which franchise it's for, who it is. And the most common criticism I got was like, well, when are these characters fucking? I'm like, I mean, if they do, it's not going to be on screen. It's not rated for that. Why not? Me horny now. It's like, all right, well, blocked. it's like, fuck off. You know, like, I tend to want to read stories, whether they're original stories, whether they're fan fiction or anything like that. I want to read stories that are interesting stories about interesting people. And if all that is interesting to you is what people do with their private parts, then you are a boring person. The minis are made from ex-employees. Dun dun dun. Yes, there's psychology behind the choices people make. Absolutely. I suddenly feel very confident in my metal Vostroyan army. Tuppy, your metal Vostroyan army is the great destroyer of worlds. There is no Primaris force in this universe that will survive contact with the Vostroyans once they have both entered the duffel bag of destruction. You might have some chipped paint, but your opponent's going to have some chipped models. Oh my, the duffel bag of destruction. What have we done? What have we done? What have we unleashed on this world? Look at this, more Ruski Pornbat. More Ruski, they come in here and they're like, look at me, would you like pornography? Would you like the pornography right now? Is this what you're looking for? Randomized loadouts, magnetized minis in the duffel bag. Every miniature that goes in the duffel bag's all magnetized. You find out who ended up where. Oh, God. You guys are terrible. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Just get the duffel bag going, boys. Just shake, shake, shake. We're gonna make this happen. But you know what's crazy when I think about it? Like, the stories I write, I started writing those... Oh, man. I'm not gonna say the year, but I'll say my age. I would have been... Oh, man. That's 8 years... Yeah, it is 8 years ago. I would have been 27 when I first started really publishing that stuff out. And, like, I was really surprised if I got any traction with anyone when I started writing it. It's actually, ironically enough, a lot like YouTube, where, like, I did not expect to get a lot of traction with this either. And, like, again, we've had an incredible amount of support from people. They laughed at my chipped paint. I laughed at their broken minis. Oh, Tuppy's now getting vengeful. Surely we can fit playable cards in the expansion somehow. Oh my god, the duffel bag of a destruction expansion where you play cards, seeing what pieces you can put in there. Oh no. No, it's just like, yeah, I play my card. You have to remove your heaviest model from the duffel bag, so it gives me the advantage. We have created God. A god among 40k means. Praise be to High Lord Marshall, father of the duffel bag of destruction. Chipped models more like chipped faces. And some plastic dust. Oh, terrible. Can it be blend? Will it blend? The duffel bag of destruction is the will it blend of fucking Warhammer 40. Warhammer 40,000. So you bet someone survives the duffel bag? Yeah, the duffel bag of destruction becomes an illegal betting pool for which Games Workshop miniatures will survive inside of it. Who enters the duffel bag of destruction and leaves unscathed? People cheating, trying to make their models more durable. Terrible. Man, I can't believe this. This is just awful. The DBOD. Oh, dude, the DBOD is the true death of the universe. At least the 40k universe. Oh! Miles, the Destroyer of World Champion of the Warp, soloed Marnius Calgar. One of the phases of play needs to be called the double shuffle. Alright guys, now that we've gone through the deployment phase, we entered the duffel shuffle phase. What's that? Oh no! Nothing shall truly survive, all shall be beaten and broken. How could you, Mitchie? I will win the war of attrition with my 3D printed armies. Who can say they wouldn't want to join these streams, guys? Look at what we've done together. We have created something beautiful here, my friends. We have created something that transcends simple YouTube behaviors. We have transcended simple applications of ideas. We have moved beyond the plebeian state of being that most people normally go through in their day-to-day lives. We have entered the true moment of the destruction of the universe through the duffel bag of destruction. We have opened the third eye of mankind. We have done what Games Workshop and its drones thought they could never do. Dronehammer 40,000 was unable to achieve what the duffel bag of destruction has achieved here today. Praise be to the duffel bag. You know what? Eldar might be the best army on the tabletop. Either Drakari or the Craft Worlders after their new codex comes out. They're going to be ludicrous. They're going to be crazy. But you know what? I'm willing to bet they're gonna lose every fucking game in the duffel bag of destruction. You know what? So your opponent might be able to defeat you in the game you play first, but we'll see who comes out on top after the duffel bag of destruction is brought out. Can you see some pro-like gamers all list achievements, and they say that but the highlight of their life was when they survived the duffel bag of destruction? It's like, yeah, you know what, guys? I'm really a big fan of having won the Grand Tourney here this week. Next couple months we're going to be heading out to Las Vegas for the Open. It's the biggest time of the year. I'm really glad to have met my qualifications to get out there. But the highlight of my 40K career is having survived the duffel bag of destruction. I deployed out, my army. I'm, as you all know, I'm an avid Tyranid player. And with my Tyranids, they went into the duffel bag. They were up against a pretty hard game. It looked like I was going to be up against, the Imperial Guard that game. Imperial Guard, they really bring a lot to the duffel bag of destruction. They have a lot of things, tanks, very heavy. But I built several of my Carnifexes with some lead weights in them to make sure that they had that extra level of durability. So, like a lot of people go out there and say it's cheating and whatnot. I'm just saying, no, this is just the way I build my models. This is really the way I move forward. Oh my God, oh my God, Thomas has given us the greatest piece of advice ever. Once the channel is big enough to get merchandise, we will sell, at least at a brief period of time, a duffel bag called the Duffel Bag of Destruction. Oh my God, that is brilliant. If we get big enough, there will be branded merchandise for at least a splinter of a second with the Duffel Bag of Destruction made available. I guarantee you. And you know what? I will make sure that Miles gets a free copy of the Duffel Bag of Destruction if we get that far. I promise, Miles, you will get a free Duffel Bag of Destruction. Oh my goodness. That's where it's all going, fellas. It all goes straight into the duffel bag. You'll need a duffel bag emote on Discord. Absolutely. This is happening, fellas. We're doing it. We're gonna do this. Oh my. I hereby reserve one of these. It's like, it's not even going to be the best duffel bag, because you have to remember, the duffel bag of destruction doesn't need to be good. The duffel bag of destruction is not there to be a good duffel bag. It's just there to be the duffel bag of destruction. What do you need these extra? Yay, free model transportation. Miles is still sitting there selling it. He's like, yo, man, no, you don't even need a fucking transport case. You've got a duffel bag. The bag broke before the guard did. Just sitting there shaking the duffel bag. It rips open. The models spill onto the ground. You hear the high impact because they were shaking it so hard when the bag broke that the guard models just hit the ground like they've been like little meteor strikes. You can see the plasma forming around them. They're moving at such speeds as they are ejected from the duffel bag of destruction. They crash into the surface of the ground. You can see the ground made of solid concrete. The concrete doesn't break, but the guard models do. Limbs go flying. They don't even just break off the body. They snap in the middle of it, so you can never truly repair it. The model's already been painted. You have to repaint the whole mini and crack off the arm, put new arms on all of them. Heads go flying off into random tables that are being played on. You're just like, and all you can be like, so, I'll win, because your duffel bag broke before God did. Fuck. Terrible. The Ruski bot for the duffel bag. More Ruski bot going to duffel bag. We get the Ruski bot into duffel bag. We're not left to see this guy. Got to go to the shop duffel bags. Take care. Have a great time, Duke. Thanks for being on stream. You know I always love having you on here. Thanks, man. You know how Horus died? The Emperor threw him into the duffel bag. That's right, the Emperor of Mankind. He's just like, oh, how can I defeat him? All 4 Chaos Gods are supporting him. How can we? And he just grabbed Horus and threw him into the fucking duffel bag. That's why Abaddon is such a salty boy. He saw the Emperor toss his master into the duffel bag, never to come out again. It's been an amazing stream today. I can't believe that this happened on a stream that's super obscure. We've had 3 times as many people on stream before, but no, the stream where this has to happen is on the duffel bag of destruction. I was there the day Horus threw the Emperor in the duffel bag. I was there the day the Emperor reached out from inside of it and pulled my master within. I was there the day the strength of Horus failed. Oh my god. Perfect. The Necrons used the duffel bag to shatter the Satan. That's right, it's an ancient weapon from the War in Heaven. That's the thing. It's a weapon forged by the Silent King himself, and that's how they broke the Satan into shards. The Necrons on their own would have never had the force to defeat the Satan on their own. No, they grabbed the Satan and tricked them by throwing them into the duffel bag and shaking it really hard. All those bits that fell out, all the Satan shards, they quickly picked them all up, started putting them in different boxes, into other duffel bags perhaps even. The DBOD caused the Eye of Terror. That's right, the Eldar, they thought they could handle the duffel bag of destruction. They shook it so hard that one day Slaanesh came out. Jason's pocket dimension is just a duffel bag. You see him walking around with a duffel bag over his shoulder the whole time. People are like, what the hell is this? He's just like, don't ask about it. Don't worry about it. Get in my duffel bag. What? Ah! This sucks them into the bag. Ah! When they enter there, you see their body tumbling, hitting all these other forces. It breaks and dies in the duffel bag. He's like, shit! I wanted that one to last a bit longer in my collection. Oh well, the body will last forever. All his statues are all broken and mutilated as he's taping them back together. Oh, nasty. Just fucking nasty. Ads. I'm going to show this, but only because you're a bad person. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ads. Why you do this? I'm going to post this in the duffel bag of destruction memes area too. So it's the first post that appears there. So, alright guys. Here's the branded product that Ads has arrived for all of us because he hates me as a person. Which is, of course, the big red branded duffel bag of destruction. There it is. We've got Ares in there. We've got the big red bear on there. We got everybody on there. We made it. The Emperor is still in the Golden Throne in a comatose space. Then the duffel bag of destruction shows up at his feet. He suddenly recovers and hauls ass as fast as he can, as far away as he can. The skeletal body of the Emperor of Mankind just starts snapping back into place. Trying to get away. The Custodes are trying to pull him down. They're like, Master, no! Master, no! As the Earth is consumed by the ensuing explosion of warp energy because he won't stay on the throne. Get it away from me! Oh no. I've died. My heart couldn't take the duffel bag of destruction. Whose can? Whose could? Who could survive such a vile and effective, destructive force? The universe itself will be consumed in the duffel bag. But no joke, if the channel does get big enough, we will make a branded, merchandised, brief run of the duffel bag of destruction. It will be a real thing, I do promise. But again, we're a far way away from that. We're very far away from that. I can comfortably make that promise because that day will never come. I think the DBOD is the new WMD of 40k. No, but it's not a new WMD of 40k, Coleman. The duffel bag has always been with us. People remember the duffel bags that their friends would bring armies in as children. It's a haunted tale that has been with 40k gamers their whole lives. They could just never quantify it with words. It's much like the ethereal nature of cosmic horror. You sat there, you see that duffel bag in the corner of your eye one day when you're done practice, and you're just like, that's fucked up, that thing's gonna hurt me. You can feel the aggression resonating from the duffel bag, and you're just like, oh, you're repulsed by it. You realize how dark it could truly be. You hear it whispering to you, telling you the dark truth, that you can transport your army without the expensive army case. You need only place it within the duffel bag. You can it whispers to you in your dreams. It was actually the duffel bag of destruction that killed the old ones. Yeah, they just threw a couple frogs in there and shook them up. One duffel bag to rule them all. One duffel bag to throw all other duffel bags inside of itself and to bind them in the darkness. Terrible. Confirmed the DBOD is Zinch. Has its own glamour to hide in plain sight. Who created... we must ask ourselves, who created the duffel bag of destruction? Or did it create itself? Oh, where did it come from? How did it come into being? You just see some textile factory in Bangladesh, like, we don't know how this even got here, but we started making them after we saw the first one. We sold it to the Target. We sold it to the Walmart, and people pick it up and destroy many people with it. The Nightbringer got the idea to imprint itself on the galactic consciousness of trauma caused by the duffel bag of destruction. Personally, it has always been. It was always here, spawned from the roiling warp at the birth of the universe. Lehman just said there. I can't wait. You know what, Lehman? If I do get laid off today or tomorrow, we will launch the Discord earlier. I just need to make sure all the permissions are correct. We won't wait for 1,000 people if I am laid off for obvious reasons, which is that I would need to focus more on that to help expand the channel. Again, obviously, I would prefer to keep true to my original pledge, but like, you know, I'll have to restructure my entire approach to what I'm doing if, you know, my income situation changes. I am expecting to be laid off today or tomorrow, which is a good thing. So for the record, Halo, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And Halo, you have missed something amazing here today, my friend. You need no longer worry about transporting your army in expensive cases. You need no longer worry because you can just use the duffel bag of destruction. I can't do it. You can just use the duffel bag of destruction. That's all you need. That's all you need, Halo. Why put foam in it? Why do anything? Just chuck the... Oh my god. Just chuck the army in, seal them back up, and you're good to go. Oh my god. Oh. I'm sorry. That's so funny. I'm gonna die on stream. You killed me, Miles. You and the chat have killed me. You killed me. I hope you're happy. I'm gonna be like that Soviet cosmonaut falling from space as they heard him screaming on the radio. You killed me. You killed me, you bastards. That's what you're watching here on stream. Fuck. putting thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of miniatures in the duffel bag and just having a fucking go at it. He broke before the duffel bag did. This is like what happens when you see Cthulhu and your mind breaks. That's what this is like. Oh my god. I'm just sitting there trying to coherently tell someone to break all their models unironically. No, man, you have to understand. You don't need to buy that expensive model case with all that miniature foam and stuff in it. Just put it in the duffel bag of destruction. Why do you call it the duffel bag of destruction? Because only those models that are worthy will survive its wrath. Only those that are worthy will survive the transportation in the duffel bag. The duffel bag is the ultimate judge. It chooses who will live. It chooses who will die. It does not discriminate against large models or small models. It does not care if you are an expensive model or a cheap model. It will just simply be. It will give you true insight as to who is valuable to you. It is the duffel bag within the duffel bag. It is simply the beginning and the end. Brother Strifle Warhammer fan, the commissar shoots any guardsman who tries to break in the duffel bag. The child grows so fast. The commissar shoots any guardsman who tries to break in the duffel bag. No, dude. The duffel bag is opened and all of the guardsmen are forced into the duffel bag. And the duffel bag will decide who is worthy. Who will survive in the duffel bag of destruction. The whole guard army goes in the duffel bag, and you just take it for a good shake. You take it out for you with a jog before the game, and whatever models in your army come out unscathed, you can field on the table. Any damage, nope, can't be fielded this game. Don't worry, they'll let you field illegal squad compositions if it comes out of the duffel bag. Miles soon it will be uncontrollable and will destroy those who birthed it. It's true, it almost killed me just a minute ago. Macho Man Randy Savage is the voice. Oh yeah! Let me tell you something here, brother. Step into a duffel bag. Oh yeah! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh no. You know, you look into my eyes and you see a man who's not seen the outside of the duffel bag in 1,000 years, brother. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh, man, he had such a weird way of talking, but it was incredible. Stare within the endless void of the duffel bag of destruction. Breathe in the plastic dust as you realize the true horror. Oh, yeah! Oh my god, Ares is probably in the other room like, is my fucking boss over there having a seizure? What is happening? Fuck. Ares is almost as bad as the duffel bag, because he's a fucking model killer himself. Oh my goodness, yeah, just what a brutal day. Just brutality all day, every day with the duffel bag of destruction. Let's see here. Sorry about that, guys. Killed by my own child. In the grim dark future of the 41st millennium, there is only the duffel bag. They just describe the Imperium as like this great duffel bag that you just dump things into. Oh yes, the High Lords of Terror have dumped all of your requests into the great duffel bag at the heart of the Administratum. The only being who can oppose the duffel bag of destruction is the Mad Lad Ultra Chad Slime Arbo. Yet even then, not so much of a chance. You know, maybe I should make a short video for today. Maybe I should do that after the stream is over and just be like, this is a duffel bag. Why would you need to buy an expensive transport case? You have the duffel bag. And not only that, it will show you which models are worthy and which models are unworthy. The duffel bag of destruction does not care. It simply judges you based on your true value, which is if you can survive transportation in the duffel bag itself. Oh, God. The duffel bag needs to be within... It is a duffel bag within a duffel bag within a duffel bag. The DBOD is how Sparta made its warriors. That's right. Yeah, I think we will do that before, after the stream ends. I will see if I can put together a great little skit. It won't be long. It's going to be like 30 or 40 seconds. I'll write a quick script for it, and we will post that on channel. The very brief one about it's like the brand new way to transport your models, the DBOD. Cutting edge new way to transport, DBOD. You may ask yourself, what is the DBOD? Well, my friend, allow me to explain to you today that this new cutting-edge wave of product that is cheaper and more effective than buying a full-blown army case is what we call the DBOD, otherwise known as the duffel bag of destruction. The duffel bag is the realm of Khorne and is the blood games. But wait, there's more! I'm just vividly reminded of the scene where Toy Story 1 where Woody and Buzz are being thrown around inside the bag. I know, dude. It's like, just going thrown around. Beskar and I are the duffel dads. At some point, this will deserve a model meta watch tier list. Oh, no. I asked Valrak if we can make it in general chat. What do you mean, make it in general chat? I don't know what you're asking me for. What you're asking me for, Hats. Cain cast himself into the duffel bag of destruction, for not even the dark gods tread... Sorry. Cain cast himself into the duffel bag of destruction, for not even the dark gods dare test fate by entering it. Miles dad bros indeed. Oh god, this has been the best stream I've done, I think. Again, like, we've had busier streams, but this stream is definitely the toppest of the tier. No, we are the duffel dad! I will not be consumed by my creation! As he's just devoured by the duffel bag. Can you imagine giving the airport back to destruction? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly check something here. Let's see if there's a GIF I can find of the man handling a duffel bag. See if we can find that here. Some regular baggage. No, I want the duffel bag. We need the duffel bag gif of one just getting the shit kicked out of it. That's what we need to make this real. To bring about a new bright future. Can you imagine giving airport... Oh, yeah. We need to make sure the Blood Angels don't steal it and bolt it down. No, you mean the Blood Ravens. No, we'll do... You know... Do you want to know how the Blood Ravens will avoid being... how we'll make that avoided for the Blood Ravens? We'll just put the Blood Ravens in the duffel bag of destruction. They come to steal it, yet they become its latest prisoners. Wait, the hive mind is the DBOD. Oh my god, the hive mind itself is the duffel bag of destruction. More powerful than the dark gods. More powerful than anything you can imagine. Instead, it is the beginning and the end of all things. What is it? It is the duffel bag of destruction. People are like, what is he talking about? Followed by, It's thrown into the duffel bag. The DBOD is immortal. You know, it is the beginning and end of all things. It was there at the beginning of the universe, and it will be there at its end. It was there during the Great Expansion, during the Big Bang. All existence began. But at the core of the Big Bang, it was all just escaping from the duffel bag of destruction. And one day, all will be brought back within the duffel bag of destruction. Bring your DBOD to work, scare your boss into leaving you alone. Your boss walks in and is like, hey, Randy, how's your work going today? Fucking warning you, man. I brought my duffel bag here today. I don't want to hear no shit. Duffel bag is time itself. How can time exist if it can't escape the duffel bag? That's all I'm saying. Bring the DBOD. Sorry, yeah. The Monty Python sketch. No, the Monty Python Holy Grail rabbit scene. It's just a duffel bag. Oh, just sucked into the duffel bag. Hear the bone crunchings on the other side. Man, this is brutal. I love it. What a great day. The Big Bang happened when the bag was opened. Exactly. The previous universe had been stuffed in the duffel bag, and that's why all existence began. They opened it up. Ah! This is beginning to sound like a cult that the Inquisition should be notified of. They should be notified of it, because when they get here, Matthew Bureau, we will just stick them in the duffel bag as well. This is what I'm saying. Bring your Blood Ravens. Bring your Inquisitors. Bring your Drukhari. Bring all of them. All will be made one with the duffel bag. What a great stream today. Holy shit. When it was reopened for the first time after stuffing all of existence into it before. You know, and with all that matter compacted into the duffel bag, whoever sealed everything in the duffel bag just shook it around a bit, caused all of existence to be turned into molten plasma. When they opened it back up, the singularity just popped out. Bam! Such was the power of the duffel bag. Oh my goodness. What a crazy stream today. I can't believe that we did this morning. I am going to have to make a duffel bag video now. It's going to be this silly bullshit. It won't even do well. I guarantee you, like, the video itself won't do well. It's not the point. It's not the point that the video does well. Rename the Discord the Cult of the Duffel Bag of Destruction. No, we can't go that far. It's still the Underhive. Oh, Brother Strife, Warhammer fan, has just subscribed. Whalecome, Brother Strife. You actually, if I am not mistaken, have become our 860th subscriber. Your subscriber 860, which means we are only 140 subscribers away from our goal. Thank you so much for joining us. Genuinely, like, it's a huge thing for this channel. Anytime we get any subs, we're making our march towards 1,000. We post videos every day. Well, we try to post videos every day, but we do live streams every day. I do one in the morning and I do one at night, at least right now. That is likely to change once I've achieved the status of unemployed, which is, I work a very stressful job and it's become overwhelming for me at the moment. I don't mean to drag back into the subject, but let's quickly touch on it. So I will be focusing full-time on YouTube for at least a couple months after this takes place, and we are going to have a Discord. I'm going to be more studious with my Instagram, and we are going to be building a community around people painting and building miniatures. We're going to have 2 community days. One community day will be called Sunday Stream Models, which is where basically the whole stream outside of the first few 15-20 minutes of banter is going to be just going over people's stream models and seeing what they put together for themselves. Because I'm not going to lie, the most inspiring part of Warhammer 40,000 for me is what people put together, what the models they're working on, how they've painted them. I don't want that stream to be about my models at all. My models are going to have places when we're doing hobby work on stream or when I'm posting videos about them. my main focus is going to be not just on members models. I have to point out, I want to make sure that this is a true community in that context. No matter how long the stream takes, we will go over that week's stream models. We will go through everything everyone has been doing for the entire week. We will do 1 week's worth every single time, and barring special events or barring injury or illness or anything like that would prevent us from running that stream on that Sunday. So just letting you know, welcome aboard. You're going to have a hell of a time here. We're going to grow this channel, and we're going to have a hell of a time doing it. Maybe that's why they need to sacrifice someone to awaken the Avatar. Some poor schmuck needs to reach within the duffel bag and retrieve the shard of Cain and return of their own soul. It's just like, Cain, we need you now to protect us, save the children of Azurian. It's like, you know the price. As he just reaches into the duffel bag. You can see his soul sucked in as Cain's little chip falls out. Such is the judgment of Cain. All praise be to the Lord of Murder. Ira, you have missed the greatest stream we've ever had. This is genuinely the best stream that we've run on the channel so far. In fact, we have determined from this stream that we're going to have merchandise at some point in the future because of this stream. This stream has also shown us, as a community, the best way to transport your models. It is the it has opened my mind to the possibilities that lay beyond that which is real in this universe. I no longer need to grasp myself into the reality that I am within. I have moved beyond that, because all of us together have in fact discovered the duffel bag of destruction, Ira. The DBOD is both life and death itself, and it is the judge of life and death itself, my friends. That's just staying on it, boys. That's just staying on it. Here we go. 1 second. Oh my goodness. We're doing it, boys. We're doing it. Make sure this is appropriately sized so there can be no misunderstanding here. I want everybody to see that there. That is the future of mankind, my friends. Behold. Paul Atreides had to put his hand in the duffel bag. Yeah, that's what that item is. Like, sitting there, it's like, no. His hand was getting battered around 1,000 different ways. Oh, it's such a bad movie. It's so bad. Well, you know what? We should... Crunk will know what I'm talking about. Crunk, should we throw the Dune movie and franchise in the duffel bag? I think we should. But we'll only do it if Crunk thinks we should. Peak meme. Look at this. This is terrible. And not only that, they keep on memeing my dog. Aries, are you here, buddy? Aries? Aries? Don't pretend to be asleep. I know you're awake, you asshole. 1 second here. We're gonna go to the part of the stream that we usually do, which is when the doggo joins the stream, even if briefly. Aries. Come on, buddy. Oh. Oh! Alright, guys. Ugh. All of this showing of Aries on stream. He's so tired right now. Poor Aries. It's okay, buddy. Oh, your tail's all wagging. Hmm? Yeah, who's your good boy, huh? You enjoy your nap? You should have seen how mad he was when he woke up. Have a great night, Besker. That was awesome. The big white bear. Come on, buddy. How's it going, Aries, huh? Aries? How's it going? Oh, I know. You just want to sleep again, don't you, buddy? Oh. Just wants to be cozy. Poor buddy. Yeah, poor buddy. Aries is like, fuck this. Yeah, he just wants to sleep. Alright, buddy. I'll let you go back to sleep. I just wanted you to be on stream for a second. Hey, buddy, you're always on stream. It's causing me trouble on stream. He's off again. He's fucking off right away. He's like, fuck this. Going back to bed. I don't want to go back to bed myself. That's what I don't understand, Aries. You want to sleep and I want to be awake because when I sleep is the worst part of my day. This is a great escape from my nightmare. Dog's face, why did you do this to me? Oh, I do it all the time to him. That's why they keep on putting him on all these bags and all these meme pictures. They actually turned him into God in the I think it's the Sistine Chapel art on the top where Adam is reaching out from God. Yeah. Me too, Barry. Yeah, why would I want to sleep? That sounds like a terrible deal. Why would I want to do anything dumb like sleep? Only losers do that, am I right, guys? Why do that when I can die young? Perfect. It's the best retirement policy of all. What's that? Just don't sleep. Alright, let's see here. Let's see here. As my brain melts in my skull. Alright, there we go. Well, we have 8 concurrent viewers remaining. I think that we've hit a new low for the stream today. But it's okay. We had a hell of a time. I was going to actually wrap up the stream like a half an hour ago, but apparently the duffel bag of destruction was too much. I'm actually going to have to record a video for that particular meme. I know it won't do particularly well. Doesn't matter. It's too funny. It's going to stay with the channel in some form or another for the next while because I love that. Yeah, I'm heading out just to myself. I gotta make, I gotta just gotta step into the DBOD for a bit. Evangelium, remember, when you begin moving, the DBOD will move with you. Oh yeah, absolutely, Thomas. That's all good, man. Hopefully you have a good time here. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I promise. I promise. It's gonna be fun. You have to remember, it's not just about the miniatures or whatever. It's like, you know, that's just part of the community. That's the common glue that holds some people together. And in reality, it's just about having fun. You know, about people basically being able to share their projects that they're working on and, you know, just kind of indulge in a hobby together. But with that being said, everyone, I'm going to do the standard outro. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. For anyone who watches this later, please consider leaving a like on this video. And if you'd be so kind, we are moving towards our 1,000 member or 1,000 subscriber goal. If you could join us, that would be amazing. We will be opening up a Discord sooner than later. So, with that being said, everybody, you guys all have yourselves a great night. I have been the Big Red Bear, and I will catch you guys later.